Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Yeah, we're good.
Great fucking start, guys.
Let's go.
Just
yeah.
bang up job. Alright. So, is that the foot we're gonna get off on?
Yeah, totally, man.
Okay, whatever.
I'm gonna check.
We'll figure it out, Trevor. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Welcome to the very first episode of Dice and Paper, a D&D Real Play podcast, which starting today will be live every Friday at 7 p.m. EST. This is our first session. This is crazy, guys.
Woo!
I'm excited.
Woo! Let's go.
Is there anything we need to say before we get into it? Like, this would normally, teaser for next time, we will have an intro. That should be cool. But this would normally be the time we talk about anything. We need to, out of game, before we get into, we play the intro and then
Make
just
sure you checked out our perception check videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to stay up to date, too, so don't worry about it.
Just to stay up to date, please check those out. And also, thank you to D&D Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, guys.
Oh yeah, we're not sponsored, but they still helped us out.
Yes.
We didn't get sponsored, so
They helped us.
Thanks for the stuff, though, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it really
They
much.
gave us the resources to sponsor ourselves. Because wasn't the sponsorship in us all along?
yes.
Don't feel free to sponsor
The
us.
sponsor
though, if
was
you want.
inside of
The
us.
sponsorship
entire
was the
time.
friends
Who are
we
you
made along the way.
You think D&D Beyond is... You're just yelling
They're
at
gonna see
people
this.
to
They're gonna see
sponsor
this.
us.
Yeah.
You're just yelling at random people.
We
to
can
give us
use all the
money.
help we can get.
Okay, anyway.
D&D Beyond CEO.
So, if there's nothing anyone else wants to say, let us dive into the beginning of our new campaign.
Alright, that's enough.
So this is the world of Funica Alta. It's a complex place with a vast pantheon of deities, complex politics, and a bizarre geography. But we're not focusing on any of that right now. Right now, we're just joining a lost man in a battle of wits with a ticket seller. So, Arthur, would you like to tell us who this man is?
This man is Busto. Standing at roughly 8 feet tall, excuse me. Darkish skin with hide armor and basically just a sense of not knowing what the hell is going on. At the current time, he has his shield strapped onto his back whilst holding his quarterstaff. You can see a lot of jingling and jangling of rocks and some little, very small metal buckles all throughout his hide armor. He is a Fergold, standing at roughly 300 pounds. He's a big boy.
Standing at roughly 300 pounds?
Yes, shut up.
Wow, dude. That's
Yep.
a lot of pounds tall, dude.
Yeah, very, very, very tall. Pounds tall. Good job. And
We're good.
you'll notice his English is quite limited. That's about it.
Not right. We'll learn more about Busto as we go. But Busto, you just walked out of the woods, which is generally a weird thing to say, but not for someone like you. And so you emerged from the edge of this tree line with your... Something wrong?
No, we're good.
With your good friend, the wolf that you have been following hence far. And as you pushed against the edge of this tree line, the shadow from the foliage that has been surrounding you for, I'd say, the past day or so as you've been traveling, just disintegrates around you, and the sun illuminates your face as you see a massive stone wall with a few, like, maybe thatch or wooden peaks that you can just barely make over the top of it. And we should know, when was the last time you were at a settlement?
190 years or so. 190. I mean, at this point, time has kind of lost me. But a very, very long time.
So, because of that, probably the last time you were out here, all that was around this area, or all that was around in any area that you went to, were little, basically, squatter villages with a couple houses, maybe a well. So a city with walls, establishments, and as you can see, though you probably don't know what it is, a train track running overhead, is a bit of a shock for Busto. And actually, speaking of the train track, you come out, you're pretty close to it, like there's this big spot where it loops down towards the ground, and as you're standing there kind of just taking in this architectural, like, confusion, a train comes roaring by in front of you, and I imagine it's quite surprising. Your wolf, however, doesn't, like, jump back with you. It sort of stops, looks at you, and barks, and starts plodding towards the train tracks.
Wolfie, please. What is this? I guess I'd follow the wolf.
So you, being a wolf, it doesn't answer. At least, not at the moment. You are a druid, so that could change. But as you follow it, it brings you right down to the train tracks. It doesn't walk on them because, well, honestly, the wolf has a little bit more sense than you do. But you follow these train tracks for a little while, and you go down, or you go up north along the edge of this wall until you come to a collection of little, like, very rectangular stone buildings set into the side of the wall, like built right out of the stonework. And there's a little crowd of what we would recognize as, like, affluent folk, but to you they look like humanoid peacocks, basically. And they're sort of milling around in a little, they're like outside of this stone building, and every now and then one of them goes inside, and then the whole procession moves forward and talks to a bit, and then goes inside. And that is where your wolf is heading, with or without you.
I would follow Wolfie. I'm terrified.
Yeah.
To say the least.
So you stroll into basically the center of this crowd, and you get a lot of weird looks. Some people actually, like, as you're walking through, try and, like, grab at you to, like, or even, like, feel just to be like, this is a real thing. And the wolf brings you right to the back of maybe a 4 or 5 person procession in front of one of these stone buildings. And as you sort of, it kind of abruptly stops, and you almost kick the little wolf, but you come to a stop, and the 4 or 5 people, the one right in front heads right forward, up to a gate, sort of waves, and then just walks in, and then you all go back to waiting for a second, but the person in back, when you approach, actually turns around and looks at you and goes, "Who the hell are you?"
Who are you? And I would respond in Elvish, naturally. At least at first.
He kind of looks, he's like, "Do you speak common?"
And Buster would kind of sit there and muster up the word. Yes. Hello.
Hello. Okay, I'll repeat my question. Who the hell are you?
I am...
Okay,
I am...
Are you lost?
No.
And he kind of eyes you up and down, and he looks at your tattered dress, and then you kind of look at him and see this very, very nice dress well, not dress, but like clothing he's wearing. And he kind of goes, "You at the wrong gate, fellow."
What is a gate?
He says, "Oh boy," and he goes, "Okay, you're at Oakstead. Ring a bell?" No. Okay.
No.
He goes, "You're at a big town." This side, he says, this door, or he says, he goes to say gate first, and goes, "This strong door."
Oh, strong door, yes.
He says, "This strong door is for," he says, is for, and he kind of like pauses for a second, "just a certain crowd that you don't exactly fit."
I do fit, yes.
And he says, and he actually looks at your height and says, "Where?"
In back?
Does everyone say it?
No.
Okay. Phrasing. Sorry.
All right. Let's go.
Anyway, moving on. He goes. He goes. Okay. So I can tell you're a bit confused, and he says, "Actually, you know what? Take my place in line." And by this point, the two people in front of you have actually cleared out, and he says, "I can't explain this very well. Go talk to them. They might be able to point you in the right direction." Okay?
Yes.
He says, "Alright."
And I would look at Wolfie naturally.
The wolf is looking back at you. It's, right now, it's acting pretty much just like a normal wolf. Like a pet, basically.
I'm gonna follow it, Wolfie.
So, you walk up to this, and it's like basically like a big gap, like a very thin window with bars over it. It's actually, for you, it's like down by your waist. And as you come up to it, you can hear a little like shuffling like behind, and then two little hands come out, and they this little halfling figure sort of peeks out, starts looking right at your knees, and then kind of looks up, like is taken aback for a second, and goes, "Can I help you?"
I would just wave like the previous gentleman did and keep walking with Wolfie.
Through the gate?
With Wolfie, is that what Wolfie is doing?
Wolfie's following you right now.
I'm kind of gonna wave and then just try to walk towards the strong door.
The figure goes, hey, wait, come back here, you. And he goes, you don't have your papers.
Papers. What are papers?
He goes, oh, I think you're at the wrong door, buddy. And he goes, okay. Hey, come here. Crouch down. Yeah, and you come eye to eye with him, and he sort of shuffles some things around and then holds up a little piece of paper to you. And you can see it's got a lot of lines, some squiggles. It's pretty much indecipherable. And he goes, you don't have one of these, I'm assuming. And then he puts it back down and he goes,
No.
So you can't go in that door.
But I can.
He says,
and I just kind of stand up.
Two guards standing in front of the door, dressed in these like olive green uniforms with a big symbol on their right shoulder. The one you actually saw, I don't have a picture of it printed out, but it was at the end of the patronage video. It was the little curly one, and these two figures just cross their spears right in front of you as you're trying to go in.
What you do?
Neither answers, but the halfling figure back at the little entry just goes, you can't go in without your papers. You physically can, but we're not going to let you. He says,
okay. So, I don't like to harm no one. How do I get paper?
He goes, okay, if you're trying to get in to the city, you can go back around to the south entrance. You just can't walk right into the Oakstead central governance without permission, okay? And he says, if that's where you're trying to get, and he kind of looks like, yeah, sure, that's where you're trying to go. He goes, you can talk to them about getting papers and getting in from there. But for now, if you're just trying to get into the city, he actually leans fully out of the window. He's small, he can fit like right through the bars, and he points down the west side of the wall and says, about 500 paces that way, there is a shuttle that will take you right back around to the south side of the city. Easy as that.
Your shuttle need papers?
He says, nope, you can just take it right around. It's pretty much what they're there for.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna kind of look at Wolfie.
The dog looks right back up at you and just sort of, you got yourself into this, buddy.
Okay. If I wanted to get into central governance,
Got in one.
What do I need?
He says, the papers,
Okay.
or written permission from an OCG official.
OCG.
Oakstead Central Governance.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
He
Thank you.
says, sure. You're very welcome. Good luck on the shuttle.
Have a day.
He says, you should probably get going. You're holding up the line.
And then,
You have a day too.
and I'm gonna kind of look.
He goes, and sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna kind of look and see the crowd of people as I'm somewhat taller than everyone.
Yeah, when you first got here, there was like 5 people in line. Because you've been staying there for so long, there's like 12 now, and some of them are kind of like muttering amongst themselves and looking at you.
I'm just gonna say, very sorry. Very, very sorry.
There's some like muttered like accusations and just sort of murmured insults from the crowd.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk over 500 paces.
As you start to go, that figure in the window goes, whoa, wait, come back, just a sec. And he goes, it's clear you don't really know what you're doing. He kind of rummages around in the storage for a second, and then he goes, here, and he says, I'm gonna lend you something. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And he says,
You give.
he
Yes.
goes, I'm gonna lend you. I'll give you this, but you have to give it back later. Okay?
What is your name?
He says, my name is Duval.
Oh, okay, Duval. I give it to Duval.
And he goes, okay, this is my personal map of the city. I do have to pass it. And he says, this is my personal map of the city. You can take it with you. Please bring it back. You're not gonna bring it back, are you? He says, have fun with the map.
I'm gonna kind of like touch the paper.
Mm-hmm.
This feels very, very weird.
He goes,
I'm gonna crumple it up into a ball and shove it in my pocket.
you see him like visibly wince, because we should know this isn't like a printed, this is like a like a handmade inked map. And he's like, it's just like, have a day.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm just gonna walk off.
Okay, you walk around the side of this and you come to, almost to your dismay, another crowd. Luckily this one, there are no strong doors in the way of this one, just regular doors and an archway. But following this, you come to, there's really no other way to say it, a train station, basically. And this is situated right next to, this one's not actually connected to the wall, it's just like right next to it. And there's a spot where the train tracks come down from above and into the train station, and then on the other side they go back up and away, up onto this raised platform that goes basically right over the like upper left side of the city, down and around to the south end. And there's basically a crowd of people right now standing at the edge of this platform waiting to catch the next shuttle. Are you gonna do anything while you're here, or can I just bring the train around?
Is there anyone that is red?
Red?
Yes.
There's a couple people around. You see, there's this half-elf woman with a big like red scarf wrapped around her neck. There's a few dwarves that have like reddish hair. They're kind of standing in a crowd. There are actually like these like red painted lines on the edge of this wooden platform. It's maybe like this thick right at the edge of it.
Okay. I'm gonna go to one of the dwarves and start talking to them in Primordial.
Okay. Are you gonna tell us what you say? Well, we wouldn't know, I suppose, but...
Yeah, well, that's true.
Okay.
What is this?
So because you're speaking in primordial, it basically just comes out as like or something like that. And the dwarf looks like concerned. He looks up at you and kind of like shuffles a little bit to the left to get away from you.
And then I'm gonna say, and like begin the sentence in Elvish and then finish in Common.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This speak elemental. You know speak.
And he goes, nobody.
But you is red.
And he goes, he kind of like runs his hand through his hair. He goes, you're watercolors. You're blue, dude.
I'm very welcome.
He goes, okay. He goes, are you okay?
Yes.
Because he kind of like looks around. And he's like, if you're like hurt, we have some healing supplies when we get back around to the city.
No hurt. I am Shuttle.
He goes, okay, Shuttle. I'm Gregory.
No name. I am Go Shuttle.
Okay, Go Shuttle. I am Gregory.
No. My name, me Busto.
He goes, you got a long name there, Busto Go Shuttle.
Yes.
He goes, I mean, I'm not one to judge. A lot of dwarves, I know, have pretty long names. I'm Gregory Blackcomb, at your service. Well, not at your service. You kind of just came here and pestered me about my hair.
I'm sorry. Very sorry. Where Shuttle go? I'm gonna kind of take out the crumpled paper and like pull it very fast with no recollection of what it is.
Hey, it doesn't rip. I know that's what you're hoping, but it like pops. It does that thing where paper like snaps open and it like kind of does these. Oh, and did you just rip it?
No.
Oh,
like that though.
And he goes, oh, and he points up to the. I'm a little ways away, so I can't really show you. But he points to the top, and then he basically just brings his finger down like this, all the way back around to the edge that's labeled Bridge Street. And he says, the shuttle's first stop is right there. At least that's where we're going. You can stay on it and come back around or get off near the logging exit, but that's generally where it just goes.
When shuttle come?
And he goes, and he actually, like, when he said it, he actually kind of looks behind and he says, right now. And almost up, and on cue, literally the train just comes into a stop and just screech in front of you. And it's actually kind of fun. It's like a wooden train, basically. It's very pretty. Like, it's all this polished dark wood with, like, mahogany trim doors. It comes to a stop, and then at each of like the big cars, there are these big, maybe 25-foot long train cars. One of the doors is popped open by an attendant in this like lavender suit, and they just hold the door open, and a bunch of people start heading forward, including Gregory Blackcomb, who walks into the train, kind of looking back at you. Wolfie actually follows Gregory.
I follow Wolfie.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of you have to like duck under the door to get in, and then where are you going anywhere? Because once you get in, there are a number of little you're in one car, but you see a lot of people heading into ones next to it, and some people are just sitting down and strapping themselves in. Gregory just takes a seat like right next to the door.
I stand next to Gregory in fear. This is very, very strange.
So he kind of looks up at you, and he's looking around, and he actually he pokes one of the other dwarves that's sitting next to me. So on the other side, and the dwarf comes and sits on his other side, so that there's a seat right next to Gregory, and goes.
So I'm gonna pick up Wolfie,
Mm-hmm.
bundle him up, and then sit down, and, cross my legs because I assume it's cramped.
It's pretty correct.
for me, and go. You killed trees for this?
He goes, not me in particular. He says, have you ever been to Oakstead before? If this woodworking bothers you, you're not gonna like it in there very much.
No, I've never been to Stead Oak.
He says, you heard me. Don't even give me that shit.
Oakstead.
He goes, there you go. He says,
Alright.
no, don't worry about it. He says, I'm sorry. I'm being mean. You're confused, I'm assuming. And he says, just relax. It'll bring you around. You don't have to do anything. And the train kind of jolts and starts moving and picking up speed while you're there. And it's making a... And then you're zipping and you're going up into the air. And you can see out of these windows right across the train from you. You can see the city, or the train station getting smaller and smaller, and the city just unfolding in front of you. And you're crossing right over this section of the city that has been like raised into the air, and then it's surrounded by its own little wall inside of the big city walls, and then you can just see these like hundreds of houses spread out around the city, and Gregory is sort of looking over at you as you take in this sight and almost like half laughing, because what do you make of this, Busto? I'd imagine it's fairly interesting to you.
Why do you kill so many trees? You can live in trees. No kill, live. No trees here. Only plain.
Actually, the city, it has a fairly large amount of sections that have like growth, like forest growth with trees dotting on the little parks with trees in them. You can see them on the map. But yeah, I mean, your point still stands though. It is like the vast majority of this is made out of wood, and there's also you can see this like barge, because the city is actually bisected down the middle by this canyon. It's not that deep, maybe like a good 40 or 50 feet down, and because you're actually getting to the point where you're like almost over the canyon as you're crossing the city, you can see this big barge heavily laden with fallen pine trees heading down the river, coming into Oakstead.
I'm gonna like almost grab the glass. And go, what? Tree? Why do you do this to Mother Nature?
Gregory kind of goes, he's like, hate to break it to you, but killing trees is kind of Oakstead's deal. It's all, and he points out the window towards this big flat building where the barge is going. He says, that's the center. He says that is the, he kind of like thinks for a second. He says, the Emmett Logging Company. It's why we're all here. He says they had a big thing taking down trees and selling them to the neighborhoods around it, and that money brought all of this.
You make money by desecrating what the gods have made?
And he goes, he kind of looks like, he's like, uh-oh. And he's like, he goes, it's a big forest. We don't take much. Well, we take a lot. It's our main export, but we don't take much considering the size of the forest.
But all life is sacred. Why would you do this?
And he goes, here, look. And he comes to the window and he points down at that barge. And he goes, he's like, that brings in wood. And then we can either ship it, and people will pay us to get wood in places that don't have trees, or we can make it into things like this. And he says, and it's all right from there. And then he points down again, and then like stops, and sort of like his finger comes back like this. And what the hell? What do you do?
Pay? What is pay?
And he goes, he's like, he kind of waves you off, and he gestures at the doors next to him. He says, "Look at this," and a bunch of people start crowding around the window, and you actually see in other sections of the train, like, because you're in this 25-foot car, there's like, the dwarves are right here, but you can see a couple other people coming up to the window to look out of it too. He doesn't answer you though.
And then I'm gonna kind of like look down, and as I'm looking down, say, why you do not pay attention to me?
You actually see your answer when you come to the window, because right now you are on, you are about at the middle of the city on this train ride, and you are right smack dab over the canyon. You're about, I don't know, 20 feet above the beginning of the canyon, and then it's another 50 feet down, so it's almost like a sense of vertigo looking out this window. But you can see on the wall of the canyon this large reptilian shape crawling up the wall at really, really high speeds, actually just digging claws in and throwing itself up, and it is heading right for the train. What do you do?
Would I recognize a reptilian figure of this sort?
You actually, it is familiar. It looks like a drake. It's a bit smaller than one would be, and it's like the wrong color. It's like this matte black, or maybe like a really dark green, when drakes are usually like vibrant blues or reds. So yeah, you do recognize that it looks familiar.
Oh, a Drakey. You must be in trouble?
Right around when you say that, a couple people start backing away from the wall, and then Gregory goes, "Oh shit," and he starts backing, he yells at a couple people, he's like, "Everybody get back!" And then the drake collides with the side of the train, and you feel it rock backwards, and you're actually thrown off of your feet, and you hear this just dreadful screeching sound of metal on metal, and then a crack, and the train derails from the tracks and plummets forward into the canyon. And you have a brief sensation of weightlessness as this cart is falling. You have like a moment to look around, and you see like Wolfie coming up into the air. You see the dwarves in the air, and then there is a horrendous crunch, and you slam into one of the back walls and black out. Now, Adrian, Isabel.
Oh, spicy.
You two, or your characters, I should specify, are having a pretty normal day right now. Actually, it's fairly average. You are currently staying in an inn in Oakstead. You are in the Tattered Flag Inn. You've been here. How long have you been here? Actually, I'll let you tell me that.
A couple days. Probably.
Couple days?
Yeah, just a couple days.
So in the few days since you've arrived, you've sort of set up your dwelling in this room, which you plan to stay for, well, probably as long as you can before you get kicked out. And you have started looking for work of some kind. And that's where we find you right now. You are wandering around the streets. You're on Market Street right now, looking for anything that looks like it could use a good pair such as yourself. And would you like to introduce us to you guys?
You go first.
Okay, so I am a halfling girl. My clothes are like pretty sturdy, but they're also worn and dirty. Like, I'm sort of gross. Like, I would be cute under all the dirt.
But there's one.
but there's right. And I look like maybe someone tried to clean me up a little, but it wasn't me, and it wasn't by my
Fair.
will. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sort of following him.
Okay. And who exactly are you following?
Okay, I am a red tiefling with black hair, basically. Yeah, it's a very dark hair. And my horns are very dark red, and they're not very big. They're relatively small. I have a tattered up, like, white dress shirt, and some basically khakis with leg wrappings and bandages wrapping all the way down to the bottom of my legs, and some tattered up shoes, and a large trident on my back.
Alright. Do you have anything in mind for where you're heading in particular?
Do we see any rich people?
No, you're actually down, you're in a section of the city called Canyon Side. And you, Arthur, could you actually pass on the map? Because I assume Cal would have gone over the map. Oh, shit, you guys should say your names.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
my
you
name
actually
is
did.
Cal Waylu.
I'm Nick Knox.
Alright. So you are walking along, it's labeled Market Street right now. It's down near the bottom. There's the section of town you're in it's very blue collar, and it's all built around the Emmett Logging Company, which is this big building up near the top left side below the canyon. It's got a number 1 on it. And so all the buildings around it have kind of grown out of the influence of this corporation, basically. So all the things around it are like carpentry, blacksmithing, so they can make tools, shipbuilding, masonry, all that kind of thing. So this section of town isn't very rich. That's generally up in the Oakstead Central Governance, which is the second walled-in portion near the top. But there are a number of very, very profitable businesses around here. So if you're looking for rich people, you could head towards one of the more affluent shops, like the jeweler, or one of the shipping companies, something like that. Is that where you would go looking for work?
Yeah, probably.
Now, follow up. Would you have already done this before now? Is this the
Yeah.
first time
We've
you've
been
done
scoping things out.
Yeah, we've
For sure.
probably just been walking around trying to figure out the lay of the land.
Alright, so let's say you're heading for this place called Crossroads Shipping, which is a smaller, it's like a medium-sized business. It's not doing quite as well because it's an overland shipping company, and most things in Oakstead head out by the river. But the owner was nice to you last time, even though he didn't give you a job. So let's say today you are heading there to try your luck a second time to see if you can convince him. And just for your reference, that is the one labeled 17 on the map. It's down by the entrance. So you go in to see, you open the door, and it's basically this little building, and then it has a whole just like, almost like a stables, but it doesn't have any horses.
What does this job entail?
You're basically just pestering him for any job right now. You can ask for something specific if you have something in mind. But basically, he's got this section that's kind of like a stables, but it doesn't have any horses. It's just got these wagons, like without something to pull them. And it's almost like a car dealership, how it's displaying all these little wagons they've made. So you pop open the door and head in to this. It's this wide open floor. It's like a short ceiling, but it's a very like open floor. There aren't any walls concealing everything. It's just wall to wall for this building. It smells of slightly burnt wood and sawdust. And the owner, Eric Okoya, is currently underneath a wagon trying to attach something or other.
And we met him yesterday?
Yep, you talked to him yesterday. He was nice, but he basically just told you, he was like, you kind of asked him for a job, and he was like, I have some stuff, but I don't really want to give you a job.
Did he say why?
He didn't exactly specify. He was mostly just like, I don't know if you think this would have happened, but perhaps you might not have been on your best behavior last
Of course
time.
not. Of course
And
not.
you might have kind of tarnished your reputation. So perhaps you're here to try and mend that.
Is he moderately wealthy?
He's pretty wealthy. This is a nice shop. It's not like the prime business of Oakstead, but it is the only overland shipping business, which is unusual. Most businesses there are redundancies, so he's had this section of the market all to himself.
Eric, if that's your name. Sorry if I didn't remember it.
No, it's Eric Okoye.
Okay.
And you shout his name, and he kind of like pushes himself back out, and maybe kind of like almost bumps his head on the way out. And he's a shorter human, and he's got this like close cut, almost bronze hair that's sort of just wildly in like a halo around his head. And he looks up at you and he goes, Cal, Nick, you're back in my shop again.
Well, we went back to our room, right? And we kind of thought things over a little bit, but you got a job? Come on, man.
He looks at you for a second, kind of like eyes you up and down, and then looks at Nick and kind of, he goes, I like you, but it would be poor judgment to give you a job here, okay? Did you come back here with an idea of a way to change my mind about you, or are you just here to pester me for a second day in a row?
To be honest, we're just walking around. We don't really have much to do here. We're kind of just figuring out what's going on.
He goes, okay, if I give you something to do, and I pay you, will you promise me that after you leave, after I give you the money for this, you will go find a job somewhere else?
What? Where's another good place? There's nothing else here.
He goes, there's lots of stuff around. If you head over to East Town, he goes, there's lots of places around. He says, if you head over to Carter's, his shield shop, I'll put in a good word for you if you want to try your hand at impressing him. And he kind of looks, he says, just for your reference, trying to take wheels off of the carts while I'm not looking is not a good way to
Well,
get
what if I
attention.
wanted them? What if I could have used them?
Because it's not the point.
Well, okay, but what if it was funny? Because it was really funny.
Okay, Nick. We'll talk about this later.
It was funny.
It might have been pretty funny. You still have to work on this.
He kind of stands up and stretches and goes, alright, I will give you... So here's the deal. We have someone in here who wants us to bring a delivery of goods out of Oakstead and just sort of get it on its way. We don't have any horses here, so if you go down to the stables outside of the city and go bring me back, I'll give you something to let them know that you're here for me. You bring me back some horses, tie them up to the wagon, and get it all ready to go. I'll pay. We can work out the details for a price. I'll give you 1 gold up front, and then I'll pay you the rest if you do a good job. And it comes back with all of its things intact. Nick,
What, you think I can take something off of a horse? We're just bringing
I'm
you
more worried
horses.
about the cart than the horse.
Okay,
But if anyone could steal something from a horse, it would be you.
Thank you.
It's not a compliment.
wait. Nothing will be stolen. You'll get your contract 100%. Just 1 gold up front, and we will come back later with your horses.
He goes, okay, and he walks back to the back of the shop and opens one of these drawers down near the bottom. He's got this like big, almost like a medieval filing cabinet, where it's just basically just a bunch of dressers that he's stacked He pulls open one of them, rummages in it for a minute, and then pulls out a coin and flicks it over to you. He says, "Keep going. They're down. Just walk right back out Bridge Street. They'll be right on the outside there."
I take the coin and hand it to Nick.
All right. He says, "Good luck to you."
Oh, thank you. We'll go get your horses. See you soon.
So you walk back out of this shop and head back down Market Street towards, actually, you're in 17, so you're already pretty close. You're actually like right on Bridge Street. So you head back out and you walk along these like kind of faintly paved cobble streets back towards the gate, this big gate out of town on the south side.
Oh, sunset.
And right on the outside, it's not listed on your map, there's a bunch of stables you can go to get some horses, and that's where you're going.
Yep.
But as you're walking along, you get about halfway there when someone bumps into you from behind, and you can actually see they sort of stumble and they're like, "Sorry," and then they keep running down the street.
Are they running?
Yep.
Do they have anything in their hands?
Nope.
What's behind them?
Nothing behind them. They're just running.
How? Okay. Were they covered? Like,
No. It was just a dude who's running by. And as you're kind of pondering this, you see someone else run by in the direction they're going.
Marathon.
they don't have anything in their hands?
No, they didn't bump into you either. They just ran past, following the other one.
Okay.
And you look back and you see a couple other people. There's a few people walking around too. But through this crowd, you see there's some people running, and every now and then, one of them kind of like will stop and like talk to someone for a second, and both of them will run off towards the exit together. These figures just keep going by. What do you do?
I'm gonna run towards where they're coming from.
Oh, Nick.
Catch up, old man.
Alright. I'll follow her.
You don't. There's not a destination they're coming from. And when you actually get back to this intersection of Bridge Street, you see there are people who come running down, coming from each of the streets bridging Bridge Street, all just going towards the gate.
Grab someone.
Crap.
I want to know what's going on.
Alright, if one passes me, I'll just grab them.
Yeah. So someone, this
Scruff for the neck.
this elven woman comes running by, and you actually like grab her by her arm, and she kind of like stops and like look back and goes,
What is going on?
She goes, "Didn't you hear?"
No, obviously not.
She goes, she kind of like looks you up and down. She says, "How handy are you with that trident?"
Pretty good.
She goes, "It's been a train crash. Come on." And she takes off down the street towards the gate.
Come on. Yeah, I'll run.
Okay, I'm rolling it.
All right, so you guys head out of the city and go actually like back around. It is actually a good ways. This is like a fairly long run to the edge of the canyon, and this is the east side of the canyon. So it's where the canyon starts to get a little bit thinner. And when you get to the edge of this, you can see there has indeed been a train crash, and it's actually more than just like the train has crashed. You can see a whole section of the track has been broken off, and the train is collapsed. Because this whole train is probably like 400 feet long, and there are bits of it scattered on either side of the canyon. And you see there are a couple people standing near those sections, helping folks out of the train and trying to like free people who got stuck. But the vast majority of people are going to the edge of the canyon. And you can see a lot of them are kind of just standing around, like not sure what to do. But maybe one or two are like starting to try and like tie up ropes or climb down in. There hasn't been much success though.
So this looks fun.
Well, we should help these people. How do we get down there?
You come to the edge of the canyon and you look down and you can actually see that because the canyon starts to get thinner here, about 20 feet down into the canyon, two of these train cars have become wedged, suspended, so there's still a good 30-foot drop below them into the canyon, but because of the way they've landed, they've jammed together upside down in the middle of the canyon. And worse than that, you can see this, as you stand there basically, from the shadow underneath the train car, this big this thing. It looks like basically a cross between a Komodo dragon and a gorilla. Just comes out and starts climbing up the canyon wall. And a couple people around you kind of like gasp or like scream, and it is crawling up towards the train car.
So there's nothing in between us, or the only thing between us and the ground is that train car?
Yep.
There's no pathway on the edge that it got... Oh.
How climbable
Yeah, that's
is
not...
this canyon wall?
Not very. It is. It could be climbed, but it would be quite difficult just to scale it, like free
Well,
climb.
climbing down.
It's only about it is only about a 20-foot climb down to the train car, but then it's another 30 feet after that, and it drops into a river.
Well, I mean, okay, all I need to do is get to the train car, right?
And get the people out.
I'm a good climber. Cal, can I climb down? Please, please, Cal, please, Cal.
Sure.
Okay.
Do it. Is there any way that my trident would stick into the stone on the side of the...
Probably not. It's not. It's like granite.
How far across is the cavern?
Oh, I'd say it's, I don't know, maybe 35 feet wide. So like 35 feet wide, maybe like 60 feet deep, not just 50.
And that thing is climbing up towards the
Train car.
Okay.
It's making pretty good time
I'm
up too.
gonna try to climb down towards it.
All right, go ahead and make, I don't know, a Dex acrobatics check for me.
First roll of the game.
Yeah, first roll of the game.
Not one.
What was it?
14.
14.
Not bad.
Yeah, so you start scaling down this wall. You get maybe like 10 feet, and actually like your hand slips for a second. You have like a light flash before your eyes go, but you get another hand in,
Okay.
and you keep slowly like going down the wall. But it is like very slow going. Like it's gonna take you maybe a minute or two to get down to the train.
How close is that thing?
As Nick starts to head down, you see it actually gets a handhold on the train and crawls up onto, well, what would be the roof, but is now the bottom of the train.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt and shoot that thing
That's
so it gets
my
away
guy.
from the thing.
Oh
What's
my
the range
God.
of that bolt, by the way?
120 feet.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, so...
It's not, it's on the other end of the canyon from Nick.
Still, it's too close.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's just a ranged ball attack. Okay. 18 plus 6, I think it is. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. 4d6 damage. 1, 3, 4,
All the d6.
12, 14 points of, I think it's radiant damage? Yeah, radiant damage.
Nice. So you come to the edge of this and you sort of look over. You look down at Nick. You actually see her kind of slip for a second, and you're like, but then she catches herself. And then you look out and you see this reptilian figure crawl up on top of the train car, and it kind of unsettles you because it doesn't look natural. It looks like something that died and then was forcefully ripped back out of the grave. It's black. It's like matte black, but it's covered in these big gashes. But it's facing away from you, so it's sort of hard to get like a good image, and it's like a good 60 feet away. But regardless, you sort of come to the edge of this cliff, and then just like put out a hand, and this blast of light comes out of your hand and streaks down and strikes the creature in the back, and it kind of is thrown to the side and almost goes off the train car, but just digs some claws into the side and kind of pulls open a little bit of the car, and then just scrambles back on top. Then it kind of looks back up at you, and you can see all of the flesh on its head has been removed somehow. There's actually like its skull is exposed, and it kind of looks at you, regards you for a second, and then turns away, walks over to the other end of the train car, and just starts digging into the ceiling.
Can I make another attack? Same spell. Wham wham.
I think yeah, because you're not in combat. You should be able to.
Yeah, I'm gonna use guiding bolt again. Just use my other hand and shoot at it.
How many? Is this a cantrip?
No, I have 2 spell slots for it.
Okay. So this
20.
is what?
20.
Hits? Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 11, 14 points of damage.
14.
Again.
Whammy.
Another one.
What?
Another one.
Another one.
All right. So you send that first guiding bolt out, and it strikes it. And you can see it kind of tears a hole on one side, but it's like not as much as you would have hoped. So you kind of like almost get onto the edge and like lean over. You plant your trident in the ground and then just lean off the edge of it and fire another bolt into the canyon. And it streaks down and hits it. This time just square in like the back of the neck. And it kind of crumples forward into the train car. Which actually this time from the like hit of the lizard against it kind of shakes for just a second before settling, and then it looks back at you and like opens its mouth like in a roar, but just nothing comes out. And then after a second, it turns back to the train car and just rips open the ceiling and crawls into the car.
Am I there yet?
You're almost there, but we're gonna go back to Busto. Busto, you have just come back to consciousness in this train car. It's a lot darker than it was when you were first here. And you are suspended. You're caught in one of the buckles on these seats. You're suspended from the ceiling, what was the floor of the train car, and you're hanging maybe, 7 feet above the ceiling, which is now the floor. That was a confusing sentence.
Car's upside down.
The car's upside down and you're hanging from the seat.
Okay. Wolfie?
Wolfie, when you say that, actually, you hear a pop, 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 and then you see Wolfie come out like from one end of the car, and it's kind of limping a little, but it like looks up at you, like the 10 feet up to you, and kind of like regards you for a second, like, what are you doing on the ceiling there, bud?
Wolfie, are you okay?
The wolf kind of like licks its paw, and you can see it's got some cuts, but it is mostly okay. You're a little beat up too. First player damage to the game.
Yes!
D12 instant kills it.
You've taken 5 points of falling damage.
Almost half.
Yeah, it's almost. I'm almost bloodied.
1d6.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
+6.
Yep. Don't say that. That's it.
So yeah. So you're a little bit hurt. You're doing all right. But you are still. One of your legs. You look up and you can see the single coupling wrapped around your left ankle, and you're hanging from that leg from the ceiling. What do you do?
I'm just going to kind of look over to Wolfie. Can I cast Healing Word on him?
On the dog? Yeah. Of course you can.
Yeah, he's hurt. How? What kind of monster would let a dog be hurt?
It is utterly adorable that Busto thinks to help the dog before himself.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
nature.
Makes sense.
So I'm actually gonna cast Cure Wounds. Which is is it a Cure Wounds a?
You have to touch them for
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I just read this or something.
You've got about 2 feet from the end of your arm to the wolf that you can't quite reach.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do Healing Word then.
All right.
Which is 60 feet range. And it's a D4 plus 5. It's another plus 5.
What happened to your? I can see your D4 from here. Though take that one. I see you rolled a 4.
Yeah,
Take
4.
that. Yeah.
So
okay.
9 HP for the dog.
So you speak the words of the ancients, and healing energy flows through that sound, and you can see the wolf kind of its fur almost like it gets like brushed back, and its wounds heal, but it also like almost looks like it got like a makeover where its like fur was brushed, and maybe it was washed. It just looks completely revitalized.
A pet right here.
Shut
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, go.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. So. Okay.
We're not allowed to talk about pets.
Yeah, no.
Because we get dangerously into talking about you know what.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop now.
Stop. Yeah, we're stopping now.
Clear your head.
Anyway, so I'm simply going to. Once he's healed, I'm gonna kind of look around. Is my staff still in my hand, or?
Your staff is about 16 feet away from you on the floor.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say floor. Just know it's the ceiling.
Yeah,
You get the point.
So,
It's the floor now.
I'm gonna try to kind of pull myself up and try to pull myself off the seat buckle.
You wrench yourself upward and grab onto it, and even just the motion of you yanking your weight, it just pop and comes right off the seat, and you drop. Because you were curled up, you drop about 10 feet onto the floor, and you hit it just boom. And actually, when you smack into it, the whole train shudders for a second and you stop, and then it actually you would have noticed because of the windows that you're up in the air a little ways, but it shudders for a second and then it's still, and then it drops about 6 feet before it gets stuck again on the canyon, and you're just on the floor like this, and your wolf is like that spread leg thing that dogs do. But now in your new position, you can hear this very faint creaking coming from the train.
I'm first. I don't know if I'd have to roll perception, but can I look around and see if anyone else is?
Yep. No, you don't have to roll perception for that. It's not a great scene in the train car. There are a couple people that look like they might be unconscious, but you get the sense that you got. Even though it kind of hurt your leg, that's where most of the damage came from. Getting stuck on that seat probably saved your life. Because a lot of the people here, a lot of the passengers that were in this car at least, are not alive anymore. They are on the ground, and you can see this blood pooling around their head. There's one or two people which you can see are kind of breathing or rolling back and forth a little bit. But nobody else is on their feet.
But
At least in this car.
Comb Black.
Blackcomb is about 10 feet away from you. He's pressed against one of the walls, and you can see he's bleeding a little bit, and he's a little bit mangled, but he is breathing.
Is he small enough where I could just pick him up?
Maybe not super easily. You're going to be encumbered, but you can pick him up and throw him over your shoulder.
Okay. So I'm definitely throwing him over my shoulder. And I'm gonna kind of just look around and try to see what exactly happened to the train car. Not only just to the train car, but what attacked it or what made. Unless it's just stupid machinery.
You did see the lizard coming forward.
Yeah.
But you kind of peek around and you look out one of the windows and you can see where it's become wedged against the wall. It's actually scraping this big line. You suspect it might have been a good 7 or 8 feet higher at one point before you even dropped it, because there's this big gouge, almost just the imprint of wood being scraped on rock. But you can see, aside from the regular damage, one section near the back left half is unnaturally caved in and actually broken open, something slammed into it very, very hard. But while you're inspecting, while you're looking out this left side window, you hear a noise from above you. You hear a and then these sort of soft but very muffled but very heavy footsteps going around on the ceiling above you. It's just and then heading down the other way towards the other train car.
Can I try to look at it?
You can't see it because it's above you. It's not visible out the windows.
If I poke my head out,
yeah, I bet you a lot of the windows would be broken. Yeah, the windows are kind of low now because they were higher up. They were at eye level before, and now they're down, flipped upside down on the floor. So you can get through one pretty easily. You look out, and you actually just catch the end of a tail disappearing around the edge onto the top of the neighboring train car from you.
Tail. It's an animal. I'm gonna kind of just decide to try to see like down in the canyon to see if I can see the lizard thing again.
No, it's not below you.
Okay.
The tail that disappeared is black.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get Blackcomb and Wolfie, my boys, outside. I'm just trying to get out of the train car.
You're about 40 feet above the ground. There's not really anywhere for you to go out of the train car right now. You could maybe break your way into the other train car. They kind of become mushed together, so the doors aren't really fully in one piece right now. You could try and get on top, or you could try and scale down, basically.
I think I want to try to punch into the other train car, see what's going on.
All right. You head over to this door, and actually, as you're walking over to it, you hear a crunch on the ceiling. It's muffled because it's in the other car, but you hear the ceiling start to kind of cave in, and then you hear a whistle, and actually like a, and then a boom, and then the train car shudders a little bit. And this actually gets your head. You turn and like look back out one of the windows, just in time to see another flash of light, and then this bolt of light comes down and slams into whatever's on the roof above you. And this time, actually, the train car rocks and then kind of again, but not as far as before. But you continue on and you start sort of tearing away at this door. And after a few seconds, you just sort of like. Actually, can you make a strength check for me?
Yes.
Athletics, I suppose, to kick down the door. Or if you, how are you breaking down the door? I suppose that's up to you.
I would probably just try to grab my quarterstaff as I have Blackcomb, kind of like hog, sort of like hog tie style, in my arm, and then Wolfie is kind of just behind me. I would just grab the quarterstaff with one hand and just smash into it, kind of like almost in spear motion or like stabbing motion.
Your spear actually goes like right through the door because the door's already been like crumpled in half, and you just poke another hole through it basically. It actually surprises you with how easy it is. These doors are not very thick; they're more like those like Chinese shade things you get, where it's the three that you can spread out. And so then you start to pry away at it. After maybe a second or two of working at it, you actually manage to pull away like the top half of this door. The bottom half is pretty much too jammed in to really fix, but you make a sizable gap so that you can peer into the other train car. And in this train car, there's a bunch of people kind of on the ground, like in yours, but there are actually a couple live people on their feet on the other side of the door from you. And when you poke your way through, you can actually kind of like look back at you, and then they like sort of shrink back up against the wall again. And looking in, you can see that the ceiling has been opened up, and this big shape is coming down into the train car, but it is not focused on the people in it, including you. And it comes down to the ground and then crawls like over the other side down, all the way about 25 feet away from you at the other end of the train car, down near some of the people that were killed in the crash, and it gets up next to them and like it just starts like digging in with its claws, and you hear this like chewing sound, but because of its exposed skull, it doesn't like make like a soft like closing mouth. It's clicking as it closes. Yeah, exactly like that. And then it's tearing at these corpses. So what do you do?
If I kind of see it, does it look like what I saw previously?
Yes.
Okay.
Even you can put two and two together on that. You as in Busto, not you as in Marcel.
Yeah.
Though it still does apply a little bit. What? I forget that I can say things that you guys can't hear but the stream.
Good roast. I'll give you that. I would simply kind of look at it, kind of crouch down, trying to see what it's like exactly eating at. Is it eating at anything specific?
It is eating corpses.
Nasty.
And while you have that lovely thought, you hear another. It sounds like a footstep, but a lot lighter, and it's on the other end from you on the top of your train car. The first one, you actually kind of jump because you think it might be another one of the lizards, but there's only one, like, thump, and then there's just a very quiet, like, much smaller footsteps.
I'm gonna kind of look at Wolfie, basically kind of just try to. Can I use speak with animals actually?
Absolutely.
To simply, I don't actually know exactly how it works, so I need to check.
We have a lovely service called D&D Beyond that you can use to look up exactly what Speak with Animals does, because we have all the spells. So
Yeah, we
The whole time.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
D&D
seriously.
Beyond, that is.
Yeah, they can
You
give
guys are
me.
definitely one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course they are.
They won't miss us.
Can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they perceive or have perceived from the past day.
It lets you talk with the wolf though?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you say to this wolf?
Wolfie, I'm scared again. What is going on?
And the wolf looks back up at you, and that voice returns in your head, and it goes, I know it's frightening, and because it is, this is frightening, but this is what we're here to do. This is why you're here.
Eat corpse?
Stay in character.
It goes, no, you don't need to eat any corpses. You are here to help people, at least for the time being.
Okay.
This is what we needed you to see.
Okay. Thank you, Wolfie. Now how do I help these people?
And it goes, that thing isn't gonna be satisfied with corpses for long. It will only eat corpses, but it's definitely willing to make more of them.
Okay, Wolfie. I'm gonna try to help these people who are breathing, and get them on top of the here, and then I'm just gonna point down, like get them on top of here.
Yeah, and you say that, and the wolf just sort of like bows its head towards you in acknowledgement. But right as you have that thought, you hear a voice from outside the window. And what does it say?
Is anyone alive down there?
Shh.
Sorry! Is anyone alive down there?
Yes. I am.
So Nick, you are hanging outside. You've gotten a handhold on that like mahogany finish outside one of the windows, and you're hanging from that, looking in the window where you see Busto in the train car, and he was looking when he first came down. He was just like looking through his door, and he's since backed up and has just kind of been looking at a wolf for like 30 seconds. It's a little bit weird.
People have fetishes.
I understand.
Please never say that again.
I think so.
The windows are broken,
Yep.
correct?
So you can swing in very easily.
Can seeing Nick go down there, can I take my trident and tie a lot of rope on the end and wrap it around my waist and throw it at the carts?
It's like a ways away.
It's only like 20 feet down, right?
You're 20 feet down in the canyon, but like it's still like it's a kind of a diagonal relationship. So I mean, you could throw it. I don't know what you're hoping. Like
No.
The issue isn't that. The issue is that you're gonna throw it, and once even if it sticks in, you're still like 35 feet of ropes. When you jump off, you're gonna swing right into the wall.
Can I run up to right above it and just veer my trident into the ground and then kind of climb down like rope.
Yeah, so you actually come over and you take 2 hands and just above your head and just slam it into the ground, and you actually goes far enough through the dirt that you actually feel hit rock, and then go another inch. And then you tie the rope to it.
I look at the ground and I go, if anyone touches this, I'll kill you. And I just fall back.
Yeah, so you go back off the edge of it and you rappel and start heading down towards this train car.
Would I hear that?
Probably not. It's pretty far away from you. But Nick, you see Cal plant his trident and start heading down towards you.
Wait.
Yeah, Cal, do you say anything or let Nick know what you're doing?
No, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just making sure she's alright.
Yep, so you're heading down, I'd say, Nick, you convene with Busto before Cal gets there.
Okay.
So Cal, you'll be there in a second, but Nick, you crawl in through this window, and I'm just assuming Busto, you're gonna, could you relate exactly what the dealio is?
Hello.
Hello.
You is?
I is what?
Call you.
Oh, Penelope.
Penelope.
Yes.
I am shuttle car Busto.
You didn't even get that right. It was Shuttle Go Busto.
Well, God bless you, darling. Let's get everyone off.
No, it was Busto Go
Yeah, it
Shuttle.
was Busto. Let's get everyone off this car before whatever that is.
Yes.
What is that? by the way?
My Wolfie, and I'm gonna kind of pick him up and
Busto very elegantly ignores your question.
and I'm gonna kind of pick him up and show you. Wolfie says, "Help."
The wolf kind of indignantly wriggles.
Wolfie says, "Help anyone alive."
And that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's get up onto the top of this train.
It's in the car now,
Yeah.
actually.
The thing.
Yeah.
It's in the, so it's
Yeah, it's
two
in the
train cars
other-
pressed together.
It's in the
and
other
then
train
it's in
car.
the other one.
Did I get on the top yet? Can I hear what she's saying?
Just about now you get on the top and you can
Did I hear this conversation?
just barely hear the end of "we can help these people" or whatever.
But I hear her accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
hop in.
know I'm not.
I'm gonna hop in and be like, "Oh, well, your bodyguard's here, so we're good." Does anyone need help?
Carry some of these bodies.
And then I'm just gonna say,
Will do.
"Shh."
Yeah, and everyone goes quiet for a second and you can hear this gnashing noise coming from the other cart, and then it actually stops. And then you hear a claws on the bottom of the
I'm gonna pull
Miss
out
Penelope,
my
it'd be
sling.
very good if you could just back off.
I'm gonna pull out my sling
You
real
so
quick.
know
Yeah.
how I never
Um,
run from a fight.
Look through the hole, and try to just fire a sling bullet up outside of the train cart, on
aiming at
what?
the wall.
I'm aiming at the hole.
What kind of arrow is it?
No, it's a sling.
Slingshot.
Oh,
What hole? The
The hole that it
oh
made.
yeah. Are you just trying to send it out the hole to make a noise, or are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit the edge of the hole.
Ooh, that's a tricky.
Yeah.
Can you make a? Yeah, make basically just roll and use the bonuses you use for attack rolls against a DC of I don't know,
something big.
18 to hit the edge of it,
Okay.
because that's a hell
Yeah,
of
it's
a
a hard shot.
But
Yeah.
you do get your proficiency because you're proficient in slings, I think.
Yes. Proficient in slings, and that's it, right?
Proficiency plus I think Dex because for range.
Yeah. 8.
8 plus? No,
No,
okay.
it was
No, 8 all.
total 8.
So you send this and it actually doesn't clear the hole. It hits the ceiling above the Drake and it makes this very loud into the ceiling, and then the Drake freezes in its motion and then it turns around to look at you guys. And it notices the other people in the train car first, and it sort of starts regarding them, and then just slinking forwards towards the other occupants.
Oh, great job.
You kill other people.
Let's go, let's go, let's
actually-
I've
go.
really done pretty well.
Can you guys roll perception for me real quick?
All
Each
of
of you. Yeah. Not you. I promise we're getting to you.
I know.
What?
17 plus 7.
Nice.
So
Wow, what is it? Perception?
Yeah, I'm very good at perception.
16.
16?
9.
24.
All right, Nick, you don't notice much. Actually, you do notice something, but not anything particularly hard to notice. You all have noticed this too. This drake, and well, aside from being like obvious amount of hurt, like where it's ripped up, it has these like burns, like these big like boiled parts of its skin where its scales have actually been like ripped away, and then it looks almost like a caustic burn. Like it was melted partially, and actually right in its like back, right near its side, there is an axe that has been planted in its back and has been left there. But with your high rolls here, you guys actually hear this kind of hard to identify sound. It's at first it's just like a on the stone, but then there's this like creaking. Maybe like a slightly.
Okay.
Who's on the stone outside?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of just.
Sorry, one other thing. After a couple seconds, you actually hear footsteps on the train car above you, but they are very muffled, like someone is trying to sneak. Basically.
I'm going to kind of look at you, Penelope,
Yes, dear.
and simply hand you Comb Black. Who's the dwarf that I have?
2.
Black.
Hey,
I sort of like deflect it. I'm like,
well, I'll take it from Miss Penelope.
And then so I'm kind of just handing to him.
Oh, thank you. I
Give
just kind of set him down next to me and pull out my dagger.
And then I go, no, leave.
why don't you leave first? We're getting passengers
I'll
out.
figure this out.
We'll take care of it.
This is my job.
Leave.
I'm just gonna keep staring at him.
I have maybe a bit of a dull question, but can you understand what we're saying to you?
Leave. Go. And then I'm gonna try to like pick up someone else who's breathing. Do I have to roll a medicine check or anything?
To do what to them?
Just to see if they're breathing.
Oh no, you can just tell if they're breathing.
Oh.
It's pretty obvious.
So I'm gonna kind of pick them up and like just hand to you again.
This time he actually hands you someone like your size.
Listen. You want to help? You're big and strong, and we can't carry all these people out of these house, but you can. Do you think you could do that for us?
I am strong.
I'm gonna kind of like look out, and I'm just gonna like. And is the wood very warped right now?
It's bending and cracking in some places, but it's mostly there are like metal support beams built in that it's mostly still holding strong.
Okay. I'm gonna try to like kick like a small like a hole into it, and then just slink someone over on top of the train cart.
Oh, you're breaking a hole in the top of the train car?
Yeah, like
okay.
midway up, so then I can like slink someone else. So I can slink someone through.
If you stand up on the chairs, you could probably actually push them through the ceiling.
Okay.
Because you're really tall.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make a hole pretty easily. Smashing into the train car makes it shudder a little bit, but
Hey. Chill.
yeah.
And then I'm just gonna take people who are breathing and just put them on top.
Yep. So you start putting people up, and you guys, looking into this other train car, you see this drake getting closer and closer to the edge, and it actually veers off towards the left. And you can hear some like muffled like scream, like someone like slammed their hand over someone who's trying to scream, and some gasps. But you can see that it's like its skull is exploded, so it doesn't really have any eyes. So it's kind of like moving very slowly and deliberately, trying to figure out where to go. But it is right on a path for the people, because though try as they might, they still made some slight noises. And it's about to get to them when a window next to it that has survived very abruptly smashes inward as a small figure who has a rope attached to the ceiling swings off the edge and goes right through the window.
I wonder who that guy is.
And Mace, who is it that just
Well,
broke
this is
through?
a 2-foot rock gnome named Orion Gimbal. Very strong, very badass.
Of course.
Wearing a
Let's
black
get
trench
that
coat,
straight.
face mask, no shirt but the trench coat, but he's got these whips.
Oh yeah.
Like,
He is.
very pale skin
Oh yeah.
and white hair.
Oh yeah. the
Do you,
gang
would
is
you have
set.
said anything as you came in through this window?
No.
Okay. So
Very
this,
quiet.
This rock gnome figure just comes through the window and basically just
You know who that is?
kicks the Drake like right in the head. And it actually veers into the ground. And the train car shudders a little bit, but and then the Drake kind of stays there for a second, and as it's going to get back up, Orion, you walk over and just rip your axe back out.
That belongs to me.
You're a badass.
That's fine.
That's fine. And the Drake kind of comes back to its feet. And are you guys coming? Are you in the other train car?
I was gonna rush in to kill that thing, but I'm like,
Yeah, I give that off to people.
I'm a curious soul.
Okay.
If not to do damage, I'm going to see what's going on.
well,
so
I'm
you
just
guys
gonna
are-
grab her by the shoulder when she starts walking forward.
You guys are like partially in, and when this happens, and this Drake sort of like rears up a little bit and levels its eyes right on Orion.
Not very
And could
tall.
it levels its skull, doesn't have any eyes. And could you guys please roll initiative?
Oh!
Me.
Do you want me to roll in?
Eat.
Yeah, you should roll.
Oh my god, I got a good initiative roll.
Holy crap, it's a miracle.
8.
I wasted 2 of
So
my
wait,
spells.
you guys got me. You got an 8.
16.
16.
16.
What?
I'm the guy that swung in after this guy, and I'm the lowest initiative.
So we all have to re-roll so you get the highest?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Plus dex?
Well, that's
plus
not
dex?
good. No,
Plus mods?
You should have an initiative.
initiative bonus.
Yeah, I know.
It's usually plus dex.
Oh.
Or no mods.
13.
What? No mods on this roll?
Yeah, the mods, whatever. Yeah.
8.
Okay, so it's her, Arthur, me.
Do we have to roll to see who goes first, or am I behind him? Do we look
No, you're behind. He was
Okay.
rolling to figure
We
out.
were
Good.
rolling to figure out who.
Um,
You're the lowest.
That's amazing.
Which is weird, 'cause I just came out of nowhere.
RKO.
Oh my god, the first battle map!
Battle
Battle
I'm
map!
so excited. It's a very simple map.
It's still a battle map!
It's
Battle
literally
map.
just 2 train cars.
Battle
And it's
map.
Battle map.
Can you turn on the light?
Oh yeah.
Oi,
hell?
oi.
Cameraman on
Turn
point!
on
Shout out
that
to
light.
the cameraman!
Let's
Oh
go.
yeah.
Woman.
Can you turn on the light?
Cameraman!
I'm a dude definitely now.
Cameraman!
I've already
It's
fucked it
official.
up.
You've chosen my gender now.
Fuck.
I am gone.
Can you turn on the lights?
I'm glad I have my hand.
Hey, look.
Miniatures!
we got minis.
I just clapped really loud in front of the camera.
And guys,
When you
Just
peek
change
the
as
As you can see, mine is
When you-
check
smallest.
this shit out.
When you peek the
Wait.
light, look at this.
Fucking
You want combat now?
awesome.
Get on combat now.
Yes!
What?
Ah, yeet.
Oh my god, it's so cool. What did you
It's okay.
I just painted it with colors.
I
Wow.
What else would you paint?
Colors.
Probably paint.
I probably sound like Busto right
I'm
now.
just switch the sides of the paper.
I
so
painted
get
it.
back on this map.
Alright, yeah.
They look
Alright, guys,
so good.
technical stuff.
Fix it.
Don't
And
worry
it's
about
fixed.
it. It's fine.
Technical difficulty.
It's
It's the first
Sorry,
episode.
we'll get better at this as
It's the first episode.
Yeah,
Second
yeah.
episode, we are gonna be top notch.
Perfecto.
Okay, stop. Wait, hold back.
Go back. You see things in?
Yeah.
Go back a little.
I'll set up some tape for some guidelines. We're good. Alright.
All right.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Let's go.
I'm excited.
We look so good.
Oh! Busto's in the back there.
I'm healing people.
You're the same
so,
size as her on the platform.
yeah. All right. So,
That's a good point.
Nick, you go first.
Yay!
First
attack
combat.
at the
First combat. Let's go.
What? I just made 2!
Well, first in combat.
First in.
Am I
I'm so
within
intimidated.
range?
To get you probably have to go for it. The stab.
And how close is Orion
Orion.
from the thing?
He's on
He's
this
like 5,
motherfucker
so
like
it's like 5
donkey.
feet away. Oh, he's from it. He's about 5 feet.
5 feet away. Okay. I'm gonna go close enough to engage with it,
All right.
and I am going to take a stab at it with
go ahead and roll.
19.
19, yes, that hits.
Alright.
Level 1 boys, chill.
Level 1 is best.
11 points of damage.
Damn, nice.
It already has
I
like
just get it.
30 points of damage.
20 points already.
We get like twice instead.
Because you're just so good at killing.
Yeah, so you charge forward with, and you take out your thin sword, this rapier, and you actually just like drive it into the side, like pretty much right where the axe was before, and it actually, when you hit it, like your sword just goes in like absurdly easy.
Awesome.
Like there's no
That's actually
resistance. And
interesting.
things
There's no
like
flesh, right?
it actually.
Bone?
Well, no, it does have flesh, but you not only sink the rapier up to the hilt, it goes like up almost to like
Ew, ew, ew,
fingers.
ew.
Yeah, and so you kind of pull it back out with this. Oh my god. But that is your turn. So Busto, what are you doing back in the train car? Other train car.
I'm just still trying to help people out.
Do you want to cast anything or? You can also stabilize people by making medicine checks
Yeah.
if you want to.
Yeah, I'd like to do that actually.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry?
Just stabilizing someone.
Yeah, I'm just
You already, Orion or Gregory's already stabilized. So.
Okay, I'm just basically trying to stabilize anyone who seems relatively hurt. 10. Wow.
10, I think 10 is what you're trying to. It's a 10 is like a tie with it.
It's
It's a DC.
yeah,
It's a
so-
DC 10.
Yeah, so
So-
he gets it.
So yeah, so you stabilize. You pull out like some bandages. You wrap them. You put them in, I guess, like the recovery position. So you like roll them over so they're not choking on their own blood. Yeah. So that is your turn. Are you gonna move? Or
No, I'm still trying to help.
so you're just in the back there?
Yeah.
Cow.
Oh yeah. All right. So I can't make. Oh, my fucking try, but it's not here. So I'm going to run up to that ugly motherfucker. Actually, no. I'm gonna stand far away and cast Toll the Dead on him.
All right.
Wisdom saving throw.
So
8.
8?
So 8.
Nope. 1d2.
Jesus, you guys got a lot of damage.
That's where
I'm not gonna get the hit.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Nice. Got it.
You hit it.
So
I did.
so what does Toll the Dead do again? It's just like necrotic damage, right?
Yeah.
So Cal.
Does it do more damage?
Well, no,
Oh,
because
it's less damage.
this is the first time you've been like in combat, so
Oh.
would it activate right now?
Yeah. I'm angry.
So Cal, you are on the outside of this train car and you see Nick rushing in to fight and she like stabs into this, and when her blade sinks in, it actually whips around from looking at Orion and actually starts to like move up to like leer over top of Nick, and you like start to panic because your friend is in danger, and so you feel that familiar warmth growing right in the middle of your chest as your sand timer heats up, and then it just it flips over, and Cal, your eyes just go white, and you actually step forward and just kick the bottom of the door that's still left and just smash it out, and then you do Toll the Dead. So, yeah.
I have another thing I can do too.
What?
I'm gonna rush towards him and stab him with my dagger.
Can you?
I can have an attack as a bonus action.
Right, you have that thing.
Oh, you're
So-
so
You.
Also, my horns.
Yes. What happens with your horns now?
When this happens, you kind of see as my eyes kind of grow like a whitish, and then they can turn into a dark red. And my horns, as if burning in reverse, kind of embers go up, and my horns grow all the way up as if like ram's horns. And I'm just gonna run up to that and stab it.
So Nick, you actually see. I'm gonna say that. You see Cal. You hear the door break first, and then you hear Cal shout something in a language you don't know, and you don't think Cal knows either. And those boils that are already present and all the like already existing wounds on this drake, just like almost like deepen in shadow, and then just stretch out farther, and like writhes a little bit, and then you hear and then Cal runs past you, actually kind of like pushes you behind him, and you can see as he runs, his horns just form around his head in a big spiral, and then well, I guess, did you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. Here we go.
He charges forward and raises a dagger.
That one.
16 plus.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And what's a dagger? Is it 1d4 plus 1?
Yeah.
Are you proficient in daggers?
3 plus. Am I proficient? Probably. Yeah, I'm proficient in all of those.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, so 4 damage.
4 damage. So he charges forward and just like swipes this dagger along like the back of one of his legs, and it actually drops to his knee in that leg. And it does that thing where it opens its mouth like in a roar, but again, nothing comes out. There's like maybe a faint like gurgle, and that's about it. So it takes 4 damage. But it is now the Drake's turn.
And you made it bad.
So the Drake, it's sort of like, it's almost like a cornered animal. It kind of like looks at the three of you, and then it charges forward, and it bites down, or it's going to try and it bite down on you, Nick.
Natural
Someone want to come take a look at this place?
Not one or not 20. It's a not one, isn't it?
What?
Not one?
Yeah!
Not one?
Natural one!
First that one.
I'm gonna say why this happens.
First that one.
Due to
first
its
roll.
blindness, Nick, you kind of like notice it's kind of charging towards you, but not exactly with like intent. And so it bites towards you, and you just duck to the side, and it brings its jaws like on the floor, and it actually cracks the bottom of its jaw a little bit. And it loses a bunch of teeth on one side. But as it stumbles like that, it brings its tail around to try and whip you out.
Oh, it's gonna do its
14 plus 19.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Bring up my shield to
9 points of damage.
Alright, that's not. Wait, that's really bad. It's level 1! Oh god!
That's not that bad. Oh crap, I have 10 HP.
Yeah, actually, I do have 10.
Oh shit.
Sure how it was.
You're at 1 hit point.
I want to take a break from that.
I can't.
Might want to come over here,
I'm gonna
but
say what happens here is as it stumbles to the ground, its tail just like catches you and actually like tosses you into one of those windows, which you go right out of, but grab on with a hand and just slam into the side and almost lose your grip. But from both just getting hit and glass cuts up your hand. So I'm gonna actually just put you like.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. We'll figure it out.
It's kind of hard to reach. But
we'll figure it out.
I have to reach over my mic. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, so you're like right here.
What the?
Oh, Ryan!
Ooh, my turn.
It is your turn.
We'll work on the mic
Wait,
stuff.
can I talk? Can I do anything?
Yeah, if you want to just, are you, anything that
Talk
is.
to Orion. Orion's right next to the window.
Not right next to you.
Be cool if they get like
Pull him up. Pull him out. Get him up.
I'm gonna attack it.
I don't even care.
Yeah, so you actually see a boat basically flying past you and back out.
I don't want to even acknowledge it.
Yeah, the window you came in and you kind of like look at me like, and then you go back to the lizard.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you do?
I'm just gonna hit him with both, well, my hand axe and then my other hand axe.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, oh, critical one.
Oh,
Critical hit, whatever.
That's what you get.
Nat
Oof.
one, whatever.
Not 20 right now.
Guys, come
So,
on.
do you roll twice or is this just one attack for you?
One attack and then I get two.
Swings.
Yeah, I get 2 swings, but I mean, this is my first attack. and
So
then
your first attack, you
follow
make
this
you swing for it, but it like kind of hops. Actually, I'm gonna move you in a little bit closer. You're getting closer. It kind of hops back away, and your axe plants right in the floor. And because it's an axe on wood, it just chops right through it. And actually, one of the floorboards collapses away and leaves a little gap that you kind of fall partially into.
2 feet tall.
Yeah.
Can I still go for my second attack?
Yes, but you don't have any more movement. But you are already at the creature, basically.
13.
Did you add your bonus?
Yeah, that's
Unfortunately, it doesn't hit. So you make another swing, but it kind of twists so that its more scaly part of its hide is exposed to you, and your axe kind of crunches into it, but like doesn't cause like enough damage to actually hurt it. So Nick, it's back around to your turn.
Can I get to the window?
Yep. Because you have like 30 feet. It's only about 5.
I could have done this.
Because you're
Yeah.
a bastard, man.
Then you're an asshole.
So you can get to the window and pull him back out.
yeah, absolutely.
Just chilling.
So that would be, I don't know, athletics
A
probably?
dexterity.
Probably not dexterity.
Athletics? Oh wait, no, athletics.
You feel like you're gonna have to roll something. Cal,
Can I help her?
yeah, if you would, I was gonna say, if you'd like to help her, you can roll too.
I'll roll strength.
I can just roll with advantage.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll help you out with the roll because lucky die. I didn't have one.
Cal, I actually have a kind of cool idea.
Okay.
No, actually, just help with it. My idea was too complicated. I changed it.
Athletics?
Yeah,
19.
19.
13.
Nice. 13. Yeah, so with a 19 and a 13, Cal kind of pulls himself up to his elbow and you reach down and like grab him by his shirt and yank him back into the window.
I'm still.
Yeah, you are less trying to pull yourself back in out of like oh, this is my friend, and more just oh, this person is helping me murder easier.
Cool.
Yeah, so you pull Cal in and he kind of like looks at you almost without recognition and then just turns right back towards the lizard. And that is your turn. Busto.
Can I run? Would I be able to see how hurt Cal is?
You saw me go, like,
Yeah.
here's the doorway, you just see me go, just
Yeah.
flying fast.
Yeah, I think you could, from the noises and the muffled sounds of pain, you can garner that not everything's going perfect in there.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of, I'm gonna look how many other people aren't, like, basically level. How many people aren't healed?
There's probably another 6 people who are in various stages of hurt. But, since you've been, like, working on them, a couple people are starting to come back to consciousnness, so you can't tell them to start, like, helping other people.
So I would simply say, as one of them gets up, please help. And I'm just gonna kind of point around. I'm gonna take my quarterstaff, look over to Wolfie. Wolfie, stay. And just not charge, but kind of just quickly run at it and start pulling my shield out.
Yep. It's 25 feet across, so I'd say you can probably. I don't think you're gonna quite make it in.
Okay.
Because you got. What's your movement? Speed?
30.
30.
That means you can move 6 of those 1-inch squares. Yeah, which one's 5?
So the whole thing is 30 feet long. 6. Wait. Because
Yeah,
the
so
problem is
six,
I said earlier the train cars are like 25 feet long.
It's close enough. Those are 30 feet long.
I say though because it's in a little ways, you're probably not going to be able to make it quite into battle. But you are standing right next to Cal and Nick.
I don't really honestly care about being there. I'm gonna kind of just like look over at Cal. I assume I see pain.
He's beat
Yes.
to hell.
I'm just gonna kind of just like try to grab him with my shoulder.
Cal, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay.
What was that?
Nat 20.
What? No, it was a 2, but I have a good wisdom modifier. Okay. My wisdom saving throw, it was an 8.
Wow, that is a really good wisdom modifier. Holy shit.
Yes.
So, Busto, you were trying to heal him, correct?
Yes.
However, you put a hand on his shoulder and he actually, like, he kind of growls at you. Like, he bares his teeth and just slaps your hand away. And then, like, steps kind of
Just heal me.
away from you. He's not gonna let you heal.
Can I healing word at him though?
You could probably do that.
Because it's ranged.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Much better idea.
Unfortunately, buddy,
Rolls a nat 1, just kills him.
that sand time is gonna be going for a while.
It's
So currently, I'm the only one in combat with the.
no.
Well, they're all in
it's
combat
6
with their.
So I can just go.
We should know it's not doing so hot. Like, to be fair, like
It wasn't before it
No,
came in anyway.
you're
was
welcome,
it?
Adrian.
you did, like okay, because ancient. Yeah, wait, sorry. How'd you heal?
9.
9.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice. There you go.
So,
You're welcome.
Busto, he slaps away your hand, and you kind of look at him like that, and then just
He's
like
confused.
you go, you just again, just like through the air, that sound, you just extend out. It's almost like if a sound could have golden light. That's what it sounds like. And Cal, his wounds start to heal, even kind of like against his will. And I'd say Cal, kind of in what is currently conscious of your mind, you basically just go, like, in your mind what happened is some guy tried to heal you, you were like, fuck him, and then you just healed yourself.
Yeah, so cool.
I didn't know I could do that.
I grab onto one of Busto's garb, whatever he's wearing, and I like, thank you.
Alright. Yeah, but what I was saying to Nate is, this thing, even though you haven't hit it many times, it is pretty beat up, because you hit it a couple times when it was up above, and Nate had already been attacking it beforehand. So it isn't doing so
Like
well.
my axe
One of its
was already
legs,
embedded into
the
it.
leg that you swiped, Cal, it is like off at like you disconnected something that was holding the leg on. So it's kind of dangling, and it's just, parts of it are starting to kind of slough off. But Cal, it is your turn.
Okay. Keep getting my phone because that's what my spells used to be. But with D&D Beyond, you can look at your tablet and it's all right here.
It should do your spell slots for you.
It does. It's amazing.
It's amazing. We're just
It's
not used
so
to it quite
amazing.
yet.
D&D
I'm
Beyond.
pretty sure I can track like monster health. I just haven't figured
You
out.
can
how.
completely set up because we're all on the same campaign.
I can't figure out how to do monster health yet. We'll have to look at it later.
Okay, so
I have no phone now.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Oh shit.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes. Oh, for me.
Yes.
I was like, I thought about because
Correct.
why would you have to make a dex saving throw? 16.
Oh, wait. Wait, do these spells have set saving throws? Or is it my saving throw?
It's your DC, so
8
it's
plus my proficiency bonus, so 10 plus my, so it's 16, yeah, so you made it.
okay. So you kind of cross and then just very quickly uncross your arms like this, and this just like loose jet of fire comes out and it strikes like right next to the lizard, but it chars like a big hole in the wall and like part of the floor. But the lizard, besides like the end of its tail, is completely unharmed. And for its turn, the Drake. What? Oh yes.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead again.
Toll the Dead. Go ahead.
You go ahead. Wisdom. Yes.
That is a nat 20.
I think he made it.
Oh, first nat 20.
But yeah,
Well, that was the first nat 20.
Oh, it was me.
Yeah!
It was never
You
me.
got the first nat one
and
too.
Nat 20.
Shit. Gods of dice, man.
Alright.
Yep.
So,
Really good at
so
religion.
you invoke the Toll of the Dead again, but something like reacts with the fact that this Drake has already been reanimated, and you see it kind of like shiver for a second, but then it just like embraces it, and you can see parts where it like almost like the tips of its horns or like its spine's kind of sharpened just a little bit. Like it like the Toll of the Dead burns away stuff like it should, but it burns away constructively rather than destructively. And then on its turn, the Drake kind of looks at three of you surrounding it, and it kind of takes like a little, I can't see it at all.
Yep, you got it.
It's a little step back, and then rears up on its hind legs. It's not really creature built for that, but it kind of rears up enough to lift its arms, and then it slams both claws into the ground, and I'm gonna make a strength.
Do I still have that rope from the trident? Did it take it off?
Yes, but it is in the other car. It's still attached to the trident, but not to you. I would say because if there's well,
It's the end of my turn.
you would definitely have had like disadvantage because you were tied to a fucking cliff.
Yeah.
I would say you probably would, right?
Yeah, and I left it there, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make a strength roll. 15 plus 3. So 18. So this Drake slams into the ground, almost hard enough to actually like dent in the floor, and the car shudders, and then holds for a second before it drops about like 10 feet, and you guys are all knocked. Actually, you can make dexterity saving throws for me. Actually, I'll make it dexterity saving throw too.
That's not nice.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 9, so.
I got a nat 1.
Holy shit.
Twice in a row?
No, not in a
Nate,
row. I had that one in
I'm gonna
between.
say, Nate, you take a little bit of falling damage.
What do I roll?
Well, I roll a 1d6.
Oh.
You take 3 points of falling damage.
That's not bad.
So you land kind of badly. What did everyone else roll?
3.
22.
So,
23.
23.
Fuck you.
Nice.
Two.
Literally,
Two.
fuck you.
So
Oh, that's
Cal
really good.
and Orion and the lizard are actually all knocked prone. But Busto and Nick, while it starts dropping, Busto actually like grabs one of the seat belts and catches himself, and Nick, you just like plant yourself in the door.
Wait, so we're all prone?
Everyone is prone except for.
I was half falling through the floor.
That's a good point. You
Yeah.
probably went through the floor.
I was just thinking that.
Guys,
Fuck.
did you know that with D&D Beyond, you can press on conditions and make yourself prone?
Cool.
That's
Awesome.
So Nate, I'd say, yeah, you went through the floor. That's probably where the damage came from. Make a dex saving throw to see if you can catch yourself.
Oh, again? Oh, I really hope
Come
I
on,
can.
Come on. That's one. Yeah, he...
17
Oi, okay.
plus 2, so
Oh
my God.
It was on that 3 for a
So
second.
it was.
You see, Orion is kind of stuck in the floor when it drops, and when it hits, he just goes straight through the boards. And if you guys have like, oh shit moment before his axe, he catches one edge of the hole with an axe.
Oh,
and
I'm
he
a
is hanging
badass.
out of it now. And Orion, it is your turn.
Oh,
So I think I'm gonna try to pull myself up.
nah.
Yeah, for your movement, you can
Okay.
or I'd say you have to make a strength roll though.
A strength?
To yourself out.
Athletics or
Strength
strength?
saving.
Athletics.
Athletics? Okay. 21.
Oh, damn. Yeah. So
You're rolling
so
seven.
I'd say you probably just yank on it and like pop yourself back out of it.
I told you I'm ripped.
Yeah, you are really.
He can do, what is it called? The muscle ups.
He does. Yeah, he does a muscle
He
up,
does
but
a
at the
muscle
end, he doesn't just lift himself. He throws himself.
But the best part is only one hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One hand.
He's got a giant axe in the other hand too.
His center of
go ahead.
mass is so
I'm gonna do what I tried to do.
I can't really see.
Am I close enough to hit him again with my axes? Which,
Alright, it is prone. You're not gonna get a movement.
right, because I already got out of the hole. Am I still prone now that I got out? Like, did I get out and lay down?
No, you pulled yourself out.
Okay. But I just don't know how close I am.
It's your movement to get up, so.
Yeah, I'd say you're on the other end of that little hole from it, so
Okay, then I'm gonna throw.
yeah, nothing melee is
That's
gonna be able to hit it.
I do have a crossbow. Ooh. I'm gonna hit it with that. I'm gonna hit my crossbow. I tried to hit it with my crossbow. 15.
15? That hit? Yes, that hits. Yes. Forgot what science was to look at.
You look at these HP, you're like,
3.
what? 7
3 damage.
I got a nat 1 on the roll for damage.
So you level your crossbow at it and you shoot a bolt, which actually like sticks right in one of its feet into the train car. So it is kind of like stuck. You know, even for like rolls, you would have had advantage because it is prone. But you hit it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Now you have disadvantage on attack rolls with prone. If you're using
I'm not prone.
if it's a melee attack and you're hitting something that's prone, you
Yeah.
have advantage. If it's a ranged attack, it's disadvantage.
Prone creatures only move. Creature has an attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet. Okay, so you do have disadvantage. Sorry.
Do I gotta roll?
You gotta roll again.
Get above a 15, Nate. Easy.
Sorry.
Easy,
No,
Nate.
it was an 11 plus 15 with my.
Okay, so
Plus 15.
No, plus 4, so it was.
So if you roll above an 11, you take that. If not, you take whatever's rolled.
13.
Oi.
13, yes. So you
So
do
plus
hit.
4 is 7.
So it would have been it would have taken the 11. So,
Right.
yeah. So you level your crossbow and you just like fucking hit it through the car, through the foot.
Damn straight.
Yeah. And that brings us back to the top of the order. Nick, it is your turn again.
Okay.
You are prone, so for you.
No, I'm not.
Oh no, you're one. One isn't prone. Sorry.
So, but it is.
It is. So melee's on it. Have advantage.
Is anyone within 5 feet?
No.
Doesn't matter.
I'm the closest. I'm the
Why?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Well, there's 5 and a 6. That is an 8 hit.
No, an 8 does not hit, unfortunately. Wait, let me move it over to it. So, Nick,
Say la vie.
you charge in with your rapier again. And I'd say what happens is you try and make a swipe for it, but you kind of instinctually aim for the head to maximize damage. But because it doesn't have any flesh there, you just hit bone and don't really hurt it at all. So Busto.
Also not prone.
Also not prone.
What?
True.
Am I? I'm not prone.
You're
What
prone.
what is
You
Wolfie?
mean-
What is Wolfie doing?
Did you leave Wolfie in the other car?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Wolfie's, I don't know, Wolfie probably didn't die from the fall. He might be
Probably
prone.
didn't die.
What?
I wonder if we can.
Not as of right now. He doesn't control it.
Probably didn't die.
Okay, I don't know druids.
Wolfie's a complicated.
Yeah, Wolfie wasn't planned.
Yeah,
Wolfie is my favorite character. He's not, but I like Wolfie.
But, well, Wolfie's a fun guy. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to. Is there anyone that is hurt in the car?
Orion's a bit beat up.
No, not of us.
Oh, yeah, there's yeah,
Screw you guys.
actually, like your
No
car,
other healing spells.
there were a bunch of people that were beat up, but the hurt people who are still alive, at least most of them, have been dragged into the corners by the civilians. Some of the hurt ones were chewed up by the Drake before you got here, but it's hard to tell which ones were chewed up, which ones died from the biting, and which ones died from the falling.
Okay. Is there that I could see? Is there anyone that needs stabilizing, basically?
You could rush into the corner to try and help some of the people there. You're already pretty close.
Yeah. Can I try to acro no, that would be very dumb. Not
What?
very smart. I was gonna say try to run on the wall and around.
He would do it.
They're
That's fair.
the wall they're up against is the closest to you, so you jump above them and then back down. I mean, you can do it.
Buster
Yeah.
would be like, parkour!
Alright, yeah, go ahead and roll
Parkour.
go ahead and roll acrobatics for me, bud.
Oh.
18.
18, yeah. So I'd say you fucking do a flip. Maybe not a great flip, but
The entire thing goes
It's like a wobbly.
yeah, no, but
entire
it would
train
hit
car.
the ground, and the train car again kind of
Oh my God.
but only maybe 6 inches.
Okay, cool. I'm cool,
But
guys.
yeah, you did a flip, dude.
I'm
It
cool.
was a pretty sweet flip.
I'm 8 feet tall
Am I
and I
in the
did a
group
flip,
yet?
boys. Red Bull sponsor me, please.
I'd say it was a good enough flip that one of the windows that wasn't broken just
Yes.
out of amazement.
And then,
no, probably just from the train fall.
That one.
and then I'm gonna rush over to people and heal them and try to stabilize.
I mean, you're not rushing over. You okay. Let me explain. You didn't do a flip, land, and then go to the front. You jumped over them, back off the wall, and did a flip, and then landed in front of them, and then started getting completely didn't help you in any way. It was just really cool.
Wait, where is he? Where is
Yeah.
he?
It was in the corner.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
No, they're
that
in
was the
these
opposite
corners,
corner.
not-
Okay,
I was like, why the hell are you doing? They were literally 4 feet to your left.
no, I thought
That makes so much more sense.
I was gonna wall run around the entire fight. That's what.
No, they were right next.
Okay.
But you did a flip.
Yeah, okay.
It was a good flip, dude.
Booyah, boys,
The
booyah.
whole train cars fall in the, good job.
I feel like Trevor's just having a distance meter. Every time he just moves it down a little bit until we inevitably die.
I mean,
keep
there's a
moving
certain
it.
if you go down too far,
Yeah.
it will drop.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I can only drop another 20 feet.
Yeah, it can't go much farther,
But it's also water, sir.
Yeah.
Alright, what's going on?
Anyway, okay, so sorry. Healing. 6, 13.
Yep. So healing word or healing touch?
Medicine check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're just so yeah. You go in and you can see that they're kind of huddled around. It's like a family, and they're huddled around the mother who hit her head on one of the chairs on the way down, and you kind of come in and start bandaging her up, and checking her breathing, looking at her pupils, and you actually bring her back. Pretty much you actually do a really good job, and she seems like she's gonna be totally fine. maybe a little bit worse for the wear. Unfortunately, she did miss your sweet flip
She wouldn't have cared anyway.
because she wasn't.
she was caring for her children in the corner. Sorry she missed your sweet.
Guys, check out this same one dude doing a flip.
It's hard to miss, dude. It was like you literally just like you were literally just like flexing on that. Like, check out this sweet flip.
Would you flex on the? Would you
Okay.
flex on those?
Okay.
Cal,
So
it is your turn.
I'm just done casting spells at this point, so I'm just gonna do a 1-2 slash with my daggers.
Go ahead.
13 plus 3. Yeah, plus 3.
Yes, that hit.
Alright, and then I'll roll for the other one. So that hits. So it's 2 damage. 5 damage. Holding total.
So Cal, you rush forward, and you actually you can see he's starting to get that kind of you
I
recognize
of
this.
course would know.
You guys, it looks pretty weird. He's starting to get this kind of faint glow around his face, and there's almost like a point of light behind his dress shirt that is starting to actually show through. And he charges forward and takes those 2 daggers and just drives them into the monster. And to steal the words of a very great man,
Here we go.
how do you want to do this?
Oh my god. I will jump. I will run towards it, stab one of them into the side of his head. Actually, no, because I only have one. Stab one to the side of his neck here, and then kind of do you know how people roll over things like this?
Yeah.
And as I roll over it, just take its head off with me.
Nice.
Just roll over its back.
So you actually plant that dagger in its eye, and then just roll over, and you hear just a crunch, crunch, and you just fully flip its head upside down, and then just grab it, using your 2 daggers as a handhold. Just go. And just tear its head. You actually
First kill of the game, guys.
and almost Mortal Kombat-esque pull a little bit of its spinal column with you. And then it kind of shudders and just into the ground. Come on, give it up. Okay.
Yeah!
And that's where we're gonna take the break for today.
Alright.
So, welcome back to Dice and Paper. We're back from our break. We got mugs filled, stomachs full, bathrooms used.
Thank you for
I
that.
forgot about that part. Woo.
Oh, you're gonna have a rough next
Have you seen how much of this I've had?
I'm sorry.
You fucked, kiddo.
Adrian, I do have one option. I can kill
finish
Cal.
this.
I can kill Cal.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Anyway, when we last left off, you had just finished off the undead guard drake. And since then, pretty much probably about half a minute after you finish it off, the Oakstead City Guard arrived, and they started. They came with equipment, and they rappelled down, and they have been basically over the last couple minutes slowly lowering the train cars down to the bottom of the canyon and bringing them to shore. So that's where you guys are. You guys are standing pretty much just around the corpse of... Yeah, it's flipped since now. So Cal's back to normal. His horns are kind of decaying a little and starting to drift away in the wind. And you guys are around... you've got a couple people you've been helping out of the train car. But right now, when we come back, you 4 are standing around the Drake's corpse on the ground. And this is the first time you guys have talked out of battle. So, how does this go?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I search the corpse for something?
Yeah.
Anything? So investigation, I'm assuming, or perception?
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation.
9.
9. It's basically just a big lizard, so
I have
it
its
doesn't have
head, right?
doesn't have any valuables. And yeah, and Cal still has. Well, I don't know if you brought the head with.
I would definitely take the head.
So you have the skull. So yeah, you don't find anything of note. You kind of rip it open, and it's full of a lot of people.
Human parts or
Yeah, it's
pork
almost.
parts or whatever.
It's dead, so it hasn't been digesting them.
Right.
They've just kind of been sitting in its stomach for a little while. It's not pleasant. It's
There's nothing of value or
No.
significance.
no. The lizard's rotting. The people are rotting. It's just like
It's just nasty.
It's nasty. But Cal, you have the skull. So the thing of note that as you sort of puppet it at like Nick or whatever, what you notice on the skull of note is that carved into the forehead of this drake's skull is this symbol, and it is, since you killed the drake, it has been slowly fading away, like it kind of like ink spreading across skin as it just sort of diffuses and loses its form. You don't recognize the symbol. It looks familiar. It looks like a lot of the symbols invoked by the gods of Tunica Alta. It looks like one of the godly symbols, but it's like messed up. It's like it's hard to explain why, but since human us's don't have a knowledge of it, it's like a word having really messed up grammar, basically. If that makes sense.
Would I recognize it as I speak Celestial?
Yeah, I'd say you don't know how to read it, but you can more accurately pinpoint what is wrong. Essentially, it's this isn't Celestial, but I'd say since you have a knowledge of Celestial, you're better able to understand it. And basically, the issue is that it's not like you don't know literally what it means, but it's not like a word. Like it's written in such a way that the like things that would imply meaning on a normal version of this word, like it's like if you wrote a word and only wrote the like apostrophe, basically. The part that's supposed to have information only has information that applies when there would be other information.
Would I know, because I obviously have some experience past with the creature since I.
No, actually, would you like to tell us? Let's put this in universe. Would one of you have asked anything about where these other figures came from?
How did you guys get here?
I wrote in on that thing, pointing to the corpse of the lizard. Drake. Actually, I hope so. Well, I'm attracted for months.
Oh, why is that?
That's what I do. I kill anything that's not living.
Have you been asked to do so? Okay. What about you, big man?
He's a little slow.
Don't know.
What?
He's a little slow.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know how you got here?
Here,
Area. In this area.
I walked.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you.
So you finish a fairly unproductive.
Well, I know that he was tracking it because he's undead.
And you know that Musto, you suspect Musto doesn't really know how he got here.
What's in here?
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it there?
And as you're kind of standing around, some folks start to mill around. You've actually got like a little crowd now, kind of looking at this corpse with you. And someone in the crowd kind of nudges you because you're holding its skull still. And he says, he looks over to you and he says, "You gonna take that?"
How much?
He says, "The whole thing, the corpse. I mean."
Probably not.
I am.
He says,
Kids.
he kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh," he says, you think we could work out a deal? I'd like to get the bonus. I know you guys killed it, but."
What kind of deal?
And who might you be?
He says, "Oh," he's like, "Carl, just citizen, dude." He says, he says, if you guys aren't interested in it, I'd like to turn it in.
I'm interested.
Oh, no,
I
what?
stepped up.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. I'm assuming you haven't seen me yet. Do you recognize me?
And he goes, should I?
I'm
Oh.
sorry, get well soon. Anyways, my bodyguard has killed this undead monster, and we are most definitely bringing it for whatever reward is given ourselves.
He goes, okay. He says, could I at least, would you mind letting me take maybe some of the talents for...
Okay, hold up. Nobody's taking anything. I'm taking this thing.
You didn't even kill
He
it.
says,
I've been tracking it for months, lady. Where the hell are you
Can I just write down the symbol?
We're the one who killed it.
Ooh, really? You
Okay,
killed it?
okay.
I didn't do anything.
Miss Goldbrow, Miss Goldbrow.
You certainly didn't.
Well, wisdom.
We will-
voice.
We can split it. You've
I don't want to
obviously-
split a
you've
reward.
obviously
I want
done
the
a lot.
body.
You've obviously done a lot. We can split this.
I don't want to split it. I don't want the gold. I'm taking this back.
How much gold do you have in your pocket?
Enough.
How much?
About 20, 25.
You may take it. Perfect. You deserve it. I'll take the head. Deal?
I'll give you 5 gold for that.
I'm sorry, but that I want this.
10. You don't look like you have a cent on you.
I take out a coin purse and just go like this, and it just jingles with coins.
I'm wrong. You don't look like you have 2 cents on you.
That's quite a bit. Now, I will be taking the head. I think that is a pretty fair deal.
Can,
I don't have the time for this.
can I have a challenge?
You are
No,
so
I get the
sweet.
body. He gets the
I'm just
head.
gonna rip
You
off
want
a
a
tooth and
tooth?
give it to
You can have a
Buster.
tooth.
okay. You give us.
Why don't we get the city guard?
Thank you.
Biggest pot.
I don't
There
think
are
it's
already,
the one
there
part.
are already actually a bunch of city guards in the
Call
crowd.
them over.
Yep. So one of these comes over, and these ones are actually like the usual guards just have like the uniform and the shoulder lapel. This one's actually wearing full gear. This is like armor, but it's still got that navy green tint to it. And this on the armor, the logo is displayed in like a huge symbol in the middle of their chest. And it kind of, you signal him, and he just sort of trots over and goes,
Hello, darling. I
I don't have my trident.
I heard there was a reward for doing what we've just done to this thing.
he goes, that was you? You guys killed it?
That was us.
Oh,
yes.
that was me.
Wasn't really
And he
her,
goes,
but
and he
How?
actually,
My muscle.
he actually like sort of tips his hat, like like almost a little salute towards you. He goes, well, thank you very much for your service. And he says, and yeah, he rummages around in like his bag for a second. He pulls out this little like poster, and it's actually a rewards sheet. It says bounty, and then it lists a bunch of different monsters underneath it with a gold reward inside. He says, you guys just bring that back up to
The entire thing?
he says, you could probably get away with just his head again.
Sounds good to me. Just,
Just if you bring proof of death.
how much is the reward?
Yeah.
For a Drake, it is 25 gold pieces.
Alright. Well,
Half.
thank you very much.
And he goes, absolutely. The city thanks you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Shall
I'll
we?
give you 26 gold
We
pieces
shall.
for that head. That's all I have.
That's how much I'm gonna get anyways, right?
You're gonna get 25. You get one more, Mike.
Wait, no, it's not proof of giving it in, it's just proof of showing it. So I get to keep the head, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay. So you guys interesting. So Cal and Nick walk off. What do you guys do?
I'm taking this thing back to my swamp.
Ogres are like onions.
I'm getting Wolfie.
Oh yeah, you Wolfie, you got Wolfie out of his cart. Well, it was actually one of the first after like Blackcomb. You brought Wolfie and maybe one of the 2 other people out with you. Wolfie is actually doing really well. Didn't take much damage from the drop.
Good.
A little bit freaked out, but you know, so are you.
Fair. So, I'm gonna kind of like catch them on their way. Is this normal in wood-killing town.
Sorry, man. We don't know much about this place. We're just trying to get by on our own.
Goodbye.
We are trying to survive in the wood-killing town. We're just coming. We're moving through, going from one side to another. Do you understand? No? Okay. Why don't we keep on?
I understand, and I'm gonna kind of just keep up with them.
Okay. Well, I'm happy you understand. Would you like to come?
Is this normal?
Is
Orion.
what normal?
They are making off with your kill.
My head.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really want that head.
Yeah. Oh, can you turn the music down a little?
I'll add 10 copper pieces.
I just got a text.
26 gold.
Someone just texted me and said our mics are too quiet for the music.
Good night.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Just turn the desktop audio down.
I'm gonna turn my game down just a little.
I turn the music down.
That's weird. You can turn the music down all the way, I guess, or almost all the way. On the other tab.
It was gonna move.
We got it, guys.
Am I good?
Technical difficulty
Technical
again.
difficulties, don't worry about it.
First episode 1.
Yeah, we're working out the kinks.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Yeah, I think that's good.
um,
I'll give you 26 gold and 10 copper pieces for the head.
Does he just scream that out when I'm like 20?
yeah, he's pretty much just yelling at you as you three are walking away.
Don't make this harder than it is.
Listen, we'll give you your head back once we show it to the guard.
Is there a way I can keep the body like secure so nobody will take it?
So basically, the thing is, a guard drake, is a reptilian creature created out of dragon scales through magic, basically.
Sorry.
So, it's not gonna last long after it's like no longer animated.
Honestly,
So it's good.
what about the stuff that ate? Will that last?
I mean, yeah, but it's like
That's the
it's gonna-
stuff I want.
Like the people?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a reason.
I'm not concerned.
yeah. So the valuable part, like the claws and the skull that it was made out of,
Yeah.
are gonna stay.
I'll take the claws and the stuff that ate.
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's like ripped up meat at this point.
That's fine.
You have a way to carry it.
That's what I was asking. Is there anything around that I could carry it in? Like a trash can or something?
This is a really weird request.
I have a reason for
Do
this.
you have a bag or something?
Ooh, yeah. I got a backpack.
So if you ditch a couple like of your adventuring supplies, like maybe you don't get your rope back, you can fill your bag with dude meat, I guess.
Alright.
She's gonna
Now we're
throw
getting
it at
somewhere.
people.
Yeah, I'll throw.
I don't even want. You know, I was gonna ask what he's gonna do with it. I don't want to know, honestly.
Basic.
Hey, everyone has their fetish.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. It's really disgusting because it's been in its stomach for like a week.
The smellier the better for bait.
Okay, you are gonna smell like the grave,
I
my
don't
dude.
care. I'm going to a swamp.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Get out of my swamp.
You think if I get rid of, so you said get rid of the rope and that'll be fine? To take.
How much stuff is in your bag already?
I have water skin, torch, tinderbox, staff, 50 feet of rope, a day of rations, a mess kit, and a hunting trap. Clothes.
Get rid of the mess kit and the rope, and you can fit the dude meat.
Deal.
Okay. You should be able to remove it on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Can I have the rope?
You're not
You can pick up whatever I get rid of that's not a dead thing.
So Orion goes over to the lizard and starts stuffing his bag with human remains.
Disgusting.
Wait for me.
Yeah.
God, yeah,
It's like dripping out of the bottom of the
like
bag.
it's not liquid because it's been digested. It's like partially liquid because it's
Covered in
rotten.
Oh.
I hunt things that are undead.
I know, but your
And
bag
there's
is
a lot of stuff's attracted to that.
your bag is gonna be like dripping.
I don't care. I don't like cities anyway.
Either.
I don't like cities anyway.
Too much character.
Come on, I make gross shit up like all the time, and this is a new level of fucked up.
Alright, I'm
You
done.
just
Let's
have
go.
a bag of
Alright.
cadaver bits.
Well, basically, we're like 40 feet away from
The worst
you,
part
and
is
you're
it's
just
all like
start
tragic
running
death.
towards
You're
us.
40 feet away from him, and you can smell his bag.
Ugh.
That means you can smell it before it's in the bag. Get over it.
What was that noise?
Follower.
Oh, hey. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's because of my undead bag.
Just because of Orion's gross thing. I just hate the image of you open your
Shut up, I
bag
got us a follower. Let's go.
and it's just meat. It's just like most people, you open the bag,
You
it's just
open
like
it up.
supplies.
You open it up and an eyeball surfaces.
He's like, let me get something, and it's all
It looks like a
It's like
snake.
whenever you need to fish out like supplies, you have to like dig.
Is
through them.
Wolfie hungry?
The Wolfie will never be hungry for that.
Alright, let's go.
Anyway, so you,
I catch up.
much to their dismay.
I want to be like a little bit behind them.
Okay,
Like 5-10 feet.
you can.
That's
I think
so
they're kind of
weird.
happy with that. Yeah, so you guys are heading back into Oakstead.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to share the map between yourselves now.
That's it. I didn't see it.
You'll just see my crumbled up map as I pull it out.
So where
So-
did you say we were?
Going.
You are going back around to the south entrance
Okay.
on probably Bridge Street, or I guess wherever you really want to go back in.
Bridge Street. Okay.
Anywhere.
Because as you are heading back to the OCG station, basically, and I guess Bus was just kind of following.
No idea.
So you guys walk back into the city, and it's not like a particularly eventful. You're carrying a skull, so you get a lot of like looks, and some people who might have been at the accident kind of like poke at the person, like that was that. And do you want to wink at them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you shoot someone a little wink, and you see some people kind of laugh. And, but you walk up, and you walk to the northwest, like, edge of Canyon Side, and it is a big, like, one of the biggest, almost like a pancake building where it's.
Oh, yep.
21?
Yeah. No. That is something else. You're going up to the building labeled 1. It's all the way over on the left.
Okay.
I only say pancake because it is a very wide and expansive building, but it's very flat. It actually extends out over the edge of the canyon, and you can see it's got this like pulley system going down and bringing up these big logs of wood where they disappear into this big.
That get transferred on the river, right?
Yep. So there's boats that bring them down, and they dock there, and then they bring wood back up the canyon into this building, because that is the Emmett Logging Company. And right next to it, in the building I think labeled E, there is a big building within the fence of the lumber company that is painted in the OCG colors. So it's white and this navy green with the logo on the side of the building. And it's there. I will give you this. You probably would have found out about this because the Emmett Logging Company owns the city militia. The city militia is just a really overgrown security guard barracks for the Emmett Logging Company that then started hiring out their little guards, which basically just turned into a private militia. Anyway, that notwithstanding, you walk into this building and come into basically like a little lobby area. You can see past into another room behind some like sheet bars. There are a bunch of OCG guards wandering around discussing stuff, and right at the front there is a very portly dressed gentleman. He's got this very decorated hat, like it is one of the OCG hats, but it's got a bunch of little clips on it with different badges and stuff. And he is talking to this tall elven woman with a ponytail who is wearing this big white robe with a golden trim. And they seem to be in some kind of a very heated argument, which abruptly comes to an end when you guys stroll in. And these two figures are both looking at you with your skull. What do you do?
I'm just gonna walk up to. Hey, this is the guy that's obviously gonna take it. Okay.
He's the commanding officer.
Is there a desk in front of him?
There's like a table, but it's got some other stuff on it. Yeah, so you walk in and just slam this down, and you actually see his eyebrows kind of go up, and he goes, "Are you here for something? I'm assuming you."
I heard there's a bouncy.
He says, "Oh, that there is," and he goes behind the desk and brings back this like pack of coins that is like bound together in just kind of like a cylinder.
Now, is there any way we can get a little bit more? Because you probably heard about this so far, but we saved about 30 people.
And he goes, "Oh, this is from the train crash."
The train
Isn't it?
crash,
He
yeah.
goes,
That was all me.
he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, that must have been impressive." He goes, You four must be a quite talented group of fighters if you've managed that."
Well, we try.
Well, some of us are.
No fight.
One of us.
And he goes, "Well, you still, you helped the OCG in a very valuable way, so you must be rewarded."
exaggerating.
And he says, "I can't just go around handing out gold to any old person." And
We're not any old person.
he says, "That you aren't." And he actually turns back to this elven woman for a second and just says, "With you in a moment," and then walks back over to talk to you guys directly, and he says, "So I'll give you the 25 now," and he hands you the gold, and he says, "And if you're interested in more, I would be willing to, so we really need people like you right now. You brought in something, you were very helpful, you stopped what could have been very, very disastrous, so I will agree that if you bring me more proof of kills for the creatures plaguing the city right now, I could reward you a little bit more handsomely in the future."
And that's all fine then. But 25 gold is pocket money. I don't know if you've heard of me. Do I look familiar?
He goes, "It doesn't seem to ring a bell."
Well, sorry to hear that. I guess you haven't spent much time out of your little hamlet here. Anyways,
Everybody knows who she is.
I'm the daughter of one of the most influential earls in the capital, and 25 gold is a little insulting after all me and my poor bodyguard Cal
You don't
have
even
done for you.
barely have anything.
I'm just gonna punch him in the face.
So he kind of looks at you for a second, and he seems to be regarding, and he pretty clearly doesn't recognize you, but he goes, "Oh yes, I think I've heard of you.
That's
Obviously, of course I would have."
Obviously.
And he goes,
Anyone who's anyone.
and he goes, "Well, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. Unfortunately, it still stands. I can't go around rewarding people extra for the same job."
I don't think everyone you've had come through here has saved a whole train full of people, have they?
He goes, "Make a persuasion roll for me."
Ooh.
Yeah. Yay.
That one.
I know.
Just no.
19.
19.
Plus.
No, it's
Okay.
He goes, "Perhaps I was a bit rash." And he says, "I suppose you all played a part in helping our city." And he says, "So it would be unfair to only reward one of you, even though you did us a valuable service." And he's talking to Cal, he says, I'll give each of you 10 gold pieces additional."
Thank you.
So he brings out 3 more smaller ones, and he gives them to you.
And I'll put in a good word for you and my father.
He says, "That would be lovely."
If you're ever in the
Thank you,
capital, drop the name Goldbrow and doors will open up, I promise.
Busto, did you have any money beforehand? Like, do
No.
you even know what to do with it?
I have no idea what money is.
Also, I'm assuming you don't know what to do with that. Do you mind if I take it? It's really nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
The man gave it to me.
Yeah, and you don't need it though.
Don't steal from him.
I'm not.
He's an imbecile. You don't have to steal from the imbecile.
He doesn't know.
I am not an imbecile.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
You sure about that?
Rewrote these? Oh my. Oh my god!
If a tree fell and nobody was there to see it, would it kill two birds with one stone?
Sure, keep your gold.
Well, I
Not to
guess,
think of an imbecile.
I guess that's a good point.
So Busto actually kind of leans back, very self-satisfied, just crosses his arm.
What is? Okay, well,
Give me the head. Deal's a deal. You said once you show it to him, you give me the head.
Yeah.
Dude,
I give it to her.
426.
that wasn't our.
No.
Was that the deal?
No,
Nope.
Penelope. No, I give you the head.
Yeah, so you hand over the head, Orion. You now have a fairly, for you at least, a very large.
That's a good
Well,
point.
and 12 pounds of meat.
Yeah, it's not gonna fit in your bag.
That's okay. I'll carry it.
Okay. All right.
Is there? Can I see? Did I see anyone outside? Like any kids that were like dirty and gross? Or,
On your way here, you saw some people like homeless in the street. That was an impressive lie because you still look like a
Absolutely.
vagrant. I
That's,
kind of forgot about that.
that's just what I do. That's
Should have been
my-
disadvantaged.
Oh well, in the past. But yeah, you saw some like street kids on your way here. Definitely more up back by like maybe 14 or 15 in that kind of area where the trees are a little bit thicker in the city.
Oh, sorry.
okay.
And upon ending your conversation with this portly gentleman, the elven woman actually comes up and kind of grabs him and pulls him back and kind of that goes back to arguing, but this time in a very muffled
Can I
tone of
listen?
voice.
Yeah, can I?
Can I walk out the front door?
Yes.
Can
I
I just
walk
look
out
around? Can I make a perception check to see if I see any other people that are?
You're currently on the like I don't know, facility of the Emmett Logging Company, so there's no like civilians in this part. You had to come through a gate to get here.
Can I go back through the gate?
Yeah, you can start heading that way. You should resolve this first.
Okay.
I left too.
Can I listen?
Yeah. What do you do? Cause like, what do you do to like be in here and not just be loitering?
Discreet.
Oh, I'm just gonna like plumb my ass down.
Okay.
Can I sneak?
Next to a pillar, but
If you want to try and subtly get close enough to hear them, you can go ahead and roll stealth for me.
I will look.
can I roll perception or?
Sure. Go ahead and roll perception.
21.
21. Yeah. So you managed to like.
24. 24.
Damn. So you kind of like look at things in a way. What's that?
Fantasy.
Well, does that mean something got unplugged?
No.
No.
Okay.
Comic skates live.
Cool.
I'm gonna turn that off.
Yeah. You should eventually, but you kind of Nick sort of like does this thing where she like starts like looking at things in a special way, and your route just sort of carries you back into their frame of reference. What did you roll for perception?
26.
20. Holy Jesus.
19 plus 7, dude.
Okay.
Mediocre.
So you don't really get close. You just kind of train one of your crazy bat ears, I guess, on them. And you can hear this muttered conversation where this elven woman's going. She's like, Charles, I told you, this isn't. You can't just go around like marginalizing this. And he goes, it's okay. We have it under control. She says, you don't have shit under control. You see, you're relying on fucking random citizens for this. And then she kind of looks up and she sees that you guys are still here, and she sort of grabs him and goes into a completely different room.
Shall we head out?
What do you think that was about?
Well, I think we should both know what it was about. The city is having problems with these sort of scary monsters, and she wants the guard to do something about it. I mean, they're being lax.
That sounds right.
I have a question, and it's, do you have comprehension skills?
What do you mean, bumper mention?
That absolutely answered the question. Let's go catch Cal, shall we?
Yes, so you guys head back out of this building, go back through the fence surrounding the logging company, and catch up to Cal and Orion, who, I don't know, have you guys just been waiting, or where were you going, Cal?
I was just going out to the street to see if I see any more kids that look impoverished.
Yeah, you wander for a bit, and actually you were approached by someone in the street. One of these little kids comes up, and he's got a talent from the Drake, and he's like, "Was that you?"
Yeah.
He goes, "That was amazing. I've never seen someone do anything like that."
Well, maybe one day you can too.
And he looks through it. Basically, he's almost at a loss for words.
He looks dirtied up.
Yeah, his clothes are torn.
I'm gonna take that little bag of coin he just gave me and give it to him.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. Do you say anything to him, or do you just?
Yeah.
She's gonna lose.
No, 25. Sorry. Have a good day. If you ever need help, then I might be here for the next couple of days. If you or anyone you know ever needs help, just find me. I stand up.
He's like, "Thank you, mister," and he runs off in the direction of the bakery.
I have a question real quick. What's
Yes.
kind of like who lives here? Is it a bunch of different races, or primarily?
Yep. There's actually a pretty wide spread. It's primarily humans and elves, but there is also a pretty large dwarf population, and there's like a scattering of halflings, tieflings, even a couple dragonborn. It's fairly diverse city.
How many know?
Gnomes are pretty rare down here. You're in a more tropical area of Thunica Alta, so not as many gnomes, man. There's probably a couple.
It's cool. I get it.
Any furbolgs?
No.
No, what I figured.
You're probably one of the first. There's maybe been one other ever,
Yeah.
but furbolgs are pretty reclusive. Just like gnomes, they're fairly reclusive.
Yeah.
Anyway. Are you heading somewhere? Are you... yeah, where are you guys going?
I'm heading to the gate, to the nearest gate.
Out of the city?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I see him and try to catch up to him?
Yeah, you guys pretty much walked out together. You probably saw him give his money to the guy.
I just kept going.
Yeah, but you just sort of kept walking out of the city.
Don't really care.
And so he's heading back down, I'd say he's probably on Mill Road, and he's heading out that gate in the south. It's the farthest one to the left out of the city.
I'm just gonna go try to catch up.
So super far southwest.
Yeah, so Cal, I'd say you probably run up and like put a hand on his shoulder as he's walking out.
Don't touch me.
Where are you going?
To my swan.
Where exactly is that?
You don't even know.
Okay, well, you did help us a lot today. The only reason I did not sell that to you was because you need that money more than any big corporation does.
I don't need the money at all.
Well, when you're in a place like this, you will.
Exactly why I'm leaving.
I think you should stay.
I hate city.
Maybe not in the city. You could come with me and my friend Penelope. Or my...
I don't do very well socially.
That's understandable. I completely understand that. I don't either. I'm very awkward. But...
Social.
He just comes out of nowhere.
Busto literally walks in. He's like, this is his first. No, he just walks in and goes, social. Kind of just still
I'm
riding
a little
on
more
the,
social than him.
He's like still riding on the high of his smart statement.
And I just want to put, he's 6 feet taller than I am.
8.
He's
I'm 6 feet taller than you.
He's very tall. As we discussed, I think he's 4 times your height.
Yes, because I'm 2 feet, he's 8 feet.
That's weird.
Kick his ass.
I'm just gonna
throw you. He could eat you.
I'm just gonna kind of. Are you gonna like try to storm off still?
What?
Are you still trying to storm off?
It's the plan, but I guess I have a new proposition.
I'm just gonna kind of pick him up.
No, you're not. All right, I want to. If he tries to pick me up, I want to hit him.
Make a strength contest with him.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Do I get advantage because I have beast, larger than beast thing? Makes me so I can carry an extra
The
size.
save, the
No, that
strength
just
what?
means you can pick up bigger things.
The strength, like, do I
Strength,
make
you
a
roll-
saving throw?
You roll
No,
strength,
just pure strength.
He rolls strength. Whoever rolls highest wins.
Yeah.
It's basically like a saving.
Add +4 to that.
Oh, man.
What do you
Sick.
roll?
Please don't fail. 9. Yes.
He picked me up.
So
Can I hit him? Now that he picked me up, can I hit him?
You can make an unarmed strike if you want. You have to roll to hit him.
That's fine.
But okay, wait. So Buster actually walks over and like both hands. Are, it does take both arms to pick him up, but you like pick him up and he's kind of like flailing around above you.
I didn't beat his armor class.
What'd you roll?
I got a 7 altogether.
So he makes like a swing.
I have the best rolls.
Did you ever see that thing with animals where they grab them in a certain way where they can't reach?
Yeah.
So you basically grab him around like the head and arms, so his arms are both like this, and so he's like trying to hit you,
fucking
but he can't get around. And he's like kicking, so you have to hold him like this.
I'm just gonna simply say, Gnome, stay. I'm just gonna like pick him as I'm picking him up. Just kind of like turn around and be like,
Drop me.
Lauk,
Drop. Drop.
Cal.
cow.
There you go.
D-R-O-P. Drop.
He no leave.
Sounds good to me. Let's walk back.
Let me go! Let me go!
So I say you start walking back, Cal. You grab the skull back up off the ground.
I got my trident back.
I dropped the skull.
If you tried to hit him, probably. Are you holding?
Can I hit it? I tried to hit him with the skull.
Okay, yeah, I'd say you tried, but because of the way your arms are positioned, you can't really.
But do I still have the skull?
Yeah.
Thank God.
So you're like angrily carrying.
I just want to point out there is like liquidized meat dripping out.
Oh,
of my
I'm
backpack.
dropping you soon. Don't worry.
Drop me now.
Yeah.
Let me go.
As we're kind of walking,
Yeah, you got your trident.
as we're kind of walking, I have Orion in my hands, and I go, oh, Orion, no leave.
Drop me.
And then I'm gonna kind of just let go of you.
Thank you.
Here's the
You
problem.
big oaf.
Here's the problem. You're not only 8 feet high, you're plus my arm span.
Oh God.
So
what is that? Half of 8,
Jeez.
9.
So that
10,
you're 12
11.
feet.
You're 12 feet in the air, so that is 1d6 of falling damage.
You're a bastard today.
So he takes 6 points of falling damage. So basically, what I imagine is, so did you just fucking dunk him into the ground?
He just picks him up and drop me.
So he's like, drop me, and Buster's like, okay, and just lets him go, and you land like right on your head. And
He has 4-foot arms.
My wingspan, dude.
It's half your, yeah.
maybe a little bit less than 4 feet. But he still got you like 12 feet. You take 6 points of falling damage.
I did.
I'm like cracking up.
I almost died.
I can't even breathe right now.
This is my ha comedy.
Holy shit.
You're bad.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm
No,
very sorry.
No, you're not.
I didn't realize the gravity of my situation.
Okay, what are we doing?
I kind of want to fight Busto.
Let's go back to the inn and let's talk it over with some drinks.
Yes,
I don't want to stay now. If this guy's around,
he'll pick you up and drop you again.
no, we won't.
Come back with us, we'll talk it over, you guys can figure out your shit.
I'm very, very sorry.
Keep going.
So you're heading back to the inn.
Yep.
So you walk back. To get back to the inn, you actually have to leave Canyon Side. So you have to head into East Town District, which is the one, as you expect, over on the east. It's basically cut. This district, instead of being down on one side, it's actually cut in half in the middle by the canyon. And you are on the south side in a place called. I'm gonna find it. It's the one
Tattered
level
Flag.
Tattered
5.
Flag Inn. Oh, it's the Tattered Flag is 5.
I told you the wrong name. It's sorry.
Okay.
If you probably wrote it. It's Hoop Bear's Inn and Bistro.
We
And
found a new place.
no,
Yep.
you don't have to save me. I just read the wrong thing. It's in a big list. I'm sorry. So you see that sign hanging above the door, and it's like a stylized owl's face. And it says Hoop Bears, and there's this smell of like breakfast food, like hash browns maybe, sort of like hash browns and slog, because it is like a medieval town. And it's bustling. I would say at this point it's probably getting into like you probably the train probably.
Continue.
The train probably crashed around like 3 o'clock. I'd say it's getting into evening. So the sun's getting low, but it's not setting. So people are filing back towards the inn right now. So it is bustling with activity when you get there.
Okay.
Are you going back to like your room, or are you going to like the restaurant?
I want like a drink. I want a drink.
Okay.
I want to rest.
Restaurant.
The inn has a bistro, so
Heal him.
like
Yeah, let's go
food
get
and
some
drink.
food.
I want to heal him. I'm gonna.
You guys can also just heal from this thing,
Oh, okay. I
or
don't
you
want.
can heal him as a show of good faith.
So
Though you probably don't even realize you did anything wrong.
Yeah, I did. I know.
I just want to take a short rest.
he's all of a sudden is limping.
Can I go take a rest?
Well, let's talk.
That's what you're kind of doing right now. I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
oh.
while we talk, we're taking a short rest.
Can we take a short rest? Thank
Yeah,
you.
go ahead and take a short rest, everybody.
We get all our spell slots back now.
Our fantastic service, D&D Beyond, should just let you click a button. And
Yeah, there we go. Short rest.
Okay, I'll stop talking now. I do love you guys. You guys did
We're
great.
not sponsored.
We're not
We're
sponsored.
not getting paid to do this.
No.
We're just cool.
We're just D&D is cool.
Okay. So
So you are sitting in this
Do I get cookies?
candlelit bistro. It doesn't have any windows because it's kind of in the basement of Hoop Bears, and there's a like small bar near one end, and the bustling sound of other people enjoying a delicious home cooked meal, with the smell of which permeates the air and makes it almost feel like home. So you guys take a table, probably over in one of the corners. Just because of his nasty ass bag and skull. And
I tried to leave.
That's
and
very
you're sitting
fair.
for maybe a minute or two when this actually pretty young person comes up to you and takes your order, and they're like, welcome to Hoop Bears. We got lots of eats, and it's a place where you can sleep. Do you want anything to eat?
do you need sleep?
He goes, that would be lovely, but I'm here to let other people sleep, not you, not me. Sorry.
What?
Can I start over?
Please
He
do.
goes, well, he goes, welcome to Hoop Bears, where the sleep never stops and the party also never stops. He goes, do you want something to eat or not?
I'm good.
I'd like something to drink, actually.
We have a lovely selection of meads and coffee and water. What can I interest you in?
Something, a little,
He goes,
I'm trying to say, is there like
Do you have any alcoholic beverages?
what's like off menu? Like you have something stronger than beer?
we have a chamber pot in the back.
Okay, I'll have ale, thank you.
He goes, and he shouts back at the bar and goes, he's like, Bertram! Ale for this table! He goes,
What is a chamber pot?
I was kidding. He goes,
Hey, Busto.
The kids menu
Chamber
for
pot.
this guy.
the what?
Kids menu.
He
It's
actually
like a kid's
does.
mac and
He
cheese.
has a size and he pulls out this little goofy menu, and it's got
You
this
can
like,
order anything you want.
this cartoon drawing
That's so
of an owl bear on it that's got like some little children's
crayon.
games and stuff.
I just want to point something out. That it's like this little like kids menu.
Yeah, it's
and then it's just like my
it's like the
hands.
size of a ticket for a normal person, and he
It's
just
like
gives
painting
it.
a mini as you type or like writing on
Yeah,
it.
Is there
he gives
anything?
you he gives you the menu and some crayons.
Oh, I take it back. Is there anything that can heal me that they serve?
Don't you get healed from a long rest?
A short rest.
If you use
Do you?
hit
'Cause
die.
I
You can use a hit dice on a short
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
You only get one though because you're first level.
How big am I?
It's 1d8
1d8.
probably.
Yeah.
It depends on your class.
Yeah, it depends on your race actually.
Just click the short rest. Just do short rest again.
No. That,
Because you have to.
Oh, okay, so Is that it? Yeah, it's a
Because
1d10. It's a 1d10 plus
Does
2.
anyone else want something to drink?
So let's just do that.
Oh, thank you.
You have.
Is there anyone in here that's playing like poker?
Yeah, I'd say there's a table in the back where some people are playing a card game of some sort. It's only like 2 people. They're kind of old, but
Can I go down? Oh, I go like stand up, go over and sit down.
sure, you can. So Cal actually, without ordering, just gets up and wanders off to another table. Are you guys getting anything to drink?
Spring
No,
water.
I'm totally fine.
He goes, tap water for this table, Bertram.
What is tap?
It's the best spring in the town. And then he walks off to go get your
This poor
drinks.
guy.
Ooh, wait. Nah, I'm not
The
gonna do that.
best-
I don't want to freak anybody
The
out.
best spring? Oh, this must be a fine spring.
Color your dragon.
No deer piss.
You said it like you were starting one of your wise sayings. I thought that was gonna lead somewhere.
Color your dragon. Here, look, it's pretty.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to that table and kind of lean on it.
Do you sit down or you just because it's like low table?
Well, yeah, I'll sit down and just.
So you come up to this, and the two they look over you for a second, kind of like nod your way.
Anyone, you guys up to play? Am I allowed to join in?
And they say they're like, we'll do you in next round.
Okay.
And pretty quickly they actually finish, and then they place some cards over to you, and then one of them places a copper piece in the center of the table, and the other one also responds.
I will match them.
Okay. Yeah, let's actually roll, I don't know, 3d6 with me?
D6?
Yep. 3d6.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Trace day 6.
We're basically gonna play this like a card game where you can get matches, straights, that kind of thing.
Like Yahtzee. Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
How much you want to
I
bet?
gotta roll for the other one.
Trevor would bet first.
Okay, so the two of them kind of stand there with their cards looking at you, and the one on your right takes another copper piece out.
Question to you.
Yeah.
Are runs a thing? Okay. And how much points are they?
Straights are higher than pairs,
Where are you at?
but triples are higher than straights.
Okay.
We don't have suits because they're dice.
Yeah.
So one of them put down a copper piece, and now they're both looking expectantly at you. Did you pay to get in the first place? By the way.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he put a cover in.
Yeah, he did.
Did they
Better
put
raise,
in-
young man.
Did they put in another copper?
Yep.
Yeah,
The one on your right.
They bet.
Okay, I'm gonna put in.
And then the one on your left kind of looks for a second, and then
Actually, no. I'm gonna put in a gold.
oh, yeah. So the one on your left kind of looks for a second, and then just places his hand flat on the table. The other one actually does put a gold piece down, or at least whatever would raise it up to a gold piece.
9 silver and 9.
10 silver. 100 copper.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I put in another gold?
Yeah, sure. So now it's at 2 gold. He looks at you for a second and kind of eyes you up and down, and then he responds.
Actually, can I make an insight check before I put in that gold and see
Sure.
if I can read him?
That's 20.
That was good.
That was a good roll.
23.
23. It seems like he might have something okay, but he is further bolstering to make it look better.
Okay, I'm gonna put in that other gold.
Alright. What's your passive perception?
Oh, this motherfucker trying to cheat! 14.
Okay. So he reaches down to his pocket to get another gold. And then when he puts it in the middle, you see he had a card between his 2 bottom fingers that he slips into his hand.
Ooh. I'm going to place another gold and wait for his hand to be on the table.
Yeah.
And that would make me really angry.
Oh shit. Yeah, he
Uh-oh.
he matches your gold, and then you both put your cards down.
Wait, he matches it that one time?
Yeah.
I stab him in the hand when he puts his hand on the table.
Oh my. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Emily. Yeah, that can be my reaction. Yeah, I guess.
Because it would have flipped. That would make me really pissed.
I don't think you need to roll to hit him. Just roll damage.
Okay. It's 1d4.
Plus 1.
4 damage.
Oh damn it! Jesus, you pin his hand to the table.
And then I'm gonna slip the card out from under his hand. Unless it's ripped.
Or in his pocket when he put his hand back in.
I mean, he was like putting out like the gold, so he had his cards in the other hand.
Okay, yeah.
So you just stab him in the hand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put his hand. Trying to cheat?
And he's like, oh my god! and a bunch of people around in the tavern, the atmosphere kind of goes silent, and you see Cal's horns are starting to come back.
I go
like
over
this.
there.
And the guy's like, he's like, you fucking stabbed me!
Wait, so the card was in between his fingers?
Yeah, he
Can I just,
passed
like,
it.
take
He
it
passed
out?
it into his hand.
Oh,
so
he
now
passed it
has-
into his hand. Okay, I'll just grab his hand out of his other hand and place it on the table and see his card.
Yeah, he has two sixes, a 5, and then a 4th sacred card that is also a 6, giving him a triple pair. But he's only supposed to have 3 cards.
Okay. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just punch him.
Okay, go ahead and make an unarmed attack.
Wait,
Which
but
is-
his hand is still like stuck to the table, then does it rip?
Maybe.
Does he get
Depends how
advantage? Does he
well
get
you
advantage since he's pinned or no?
What's an unarmed?
It's gonna hit.
I'll give you advantage since he's. I don't actually know if you need to
That's
roll
just 2
for it.
damage. I just do 2
You
damage.
just do 2 damage?
Or,
Jeez, so you've done 6 damage now.
and
To a random guy.
Cal wouldn't want to do this, right? Can I try to get out of it?
Don't you just go till it's over?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. You can make a wisdom saving throw to try and, control your actions a little more. You already punched him, so I'm gonna roll Constitution to see if he passes out.
Nope.
Unfortunately, your boy's still alive, or still awake. And so you kind of crack him in the head. Now you can feel his nose go under your hand. It's like an old guy. And he's kind of just he fell from his chair, but he's got his hand still pinned to the table.
I'm gonna take the knife and just put
Okay.
it back into its sheath.
I
And
guess he's all
kind of-
kind of.
oh man.
Can I have come over by this?
I'm gonna take all of the money. I just put it in my. I'm gonna take all of the money. How much did you put out? 3.
Yeah, in 3 total,
3 plus that other guy's.
2 copper.
plus 2 more copper.
All this shit for 3 gold?
I'm gonna walk over to the person, but
Your
it's not bleeding.
timer is still.
Maybe I'd made a good choice hanging around this guy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad. It wasn't that much.
Yeah,
money, So it's like I'm not.
Not that bad. You almost just killed the
I'm
dude.
gonna.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, so that server kind of comes back to your table with the cups and sort of half-heartedly sets them down and starts walking over to Cal, and he's like, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. We can't have you in here like this.
Yeah, I want to just. Oh wait, I don't want fucking. Oh wait, no, I'm still angry.
Yeah, you're still.
Yeah, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh shit. It's like that video where that guy just keeps slapping people like.
Oh yeah,
Natural 20.
natural 20. So you actually see Cal just sort of almost just stews for a second, and then he turns on his heel and walks back out of the basement, out of the building.
Yeah.
And this guy kind of he's like, oh my god. And so he walks off to the back to go get someone.
I'm gonna. I'll be a minute, okay? And I follow Cal out.
I'm gonna help.
What room are you
Get
in?
stabbed.
Upstairs.
They're not in a room anymore. I'll tell you that.
What? Where are we? We'll find it.
Well, they
Probably not gonna
they have stuff in there.
Oh yeah. Their stuff's probably gonna be on the side of the road in about a minute.
Can I catch up to the guy and try to persuade him to calm down and stuff?
Cal just attacked someone. I don't think you're gonna be able to persuade. Persuasion isn't mind control. I don't think you're ever gonna be able to convince them to let.
I know
these
that
two
very
stay.
well. That it is not mind control.
Yeah, as we've found out. Okay, so are you gonna help the old dude on the floor? What are you doing to help him? Are you just?
Are you okay?
And he kind of he his hand, there's a hole in the middle of it, and he's like,
Can I roll medicine? Try to. Like,
It's not unconscious.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like try to bandage it.
To bandage, yeah, go ahead and roll medicine.
19.
19, yeah, so you wrap his hand, you kind of like, you even like wipe away some of the blood, and you're like, hey there, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Busto.
Him.
You know he's a woodcutter, right? You can tell by the axe on his side.
He doesn't have an axe. Go ahead and roll deception. Buster,
I just want to see how this will work out.
My passive perception is 17, and you actually got beat.
No, I didn't say it.
No, you make, I don't know, wisdom saving throw, I guess?
Okay.
Or maybe investigation, I don't know. Yeah, wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving.
I just want to see how this will play out.
Just to see if you buy it, I guess.
But you would. 14. I rolled a 7.
So, did you not succeed?
I don't know, what did you roll?
For what? The
Deception.
deception, I got 18.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh, wait, I got 18 minus 2.
So,
Oh,
Busto,
16.
Yeah, I got 16.
Busto, you don't see an axe, but Orion's a pretty smart guy. So you figure, even though you haven't noticed it, there's probably an axe there.
Teach this guy for picking me up.
Why do you kill trees?
And the guy on the floor is like, what?
You chop trees. Why?
And he goes, what are you talking about? Thanks for the bandage, but what? And he's kind of sitting up at this point because you helped him a little.
You're okay, yes, but why do you chop trees?
He says, I'm a farmer. What are you talking about?
Farmer.
What's a made up word?
What is farmer?
This is messed up. You're just
He picked me up. I'm gonna make him suffer any way possible. If that means turning his whole town against him, I'll do it.
What is farmer?
He goes he's like, I have a bunch of land where I grow plants outside of town.
Grow. You man of nature.
Are you mad?
Oh, I am also nature.
He's like, he kind of looks at you and sees you're tattered. He's like, I can see that.
You know, farmers pick their plants and kill them.
He's like,
Didn't think of that, did
you
you?
see his eyes go like wide, and he kind of like moves backward a little bit.
They raise plants for slaughter.
Why?
Dude, he's kind of backing up. He's like, you guys are all fucking crazy. Your friend stabbed me, and what the hell?
I am no from here, but men of nature, no
He's killed
kill,
thousands of plants.
no kill plants. Why? Why you kill plants?
It's like food and money. Why do people do anything?
You greedy bastard.
What is?
Shut up.
What is money?
And he kind of like jingles, like the coins he has left that Cal didn't steal. He kind of jingles those.
And then I'm gonna kind of like pull out the 10.
You have like a lot more money than him.
And I'm like, this money?
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. If I give, kill plants.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
It's not that much money.
We're just gonna kill this guy. Busto's just gonna be like.
What can I do so you don't kill plants?
Teach him a lesson.
He just looks confused at you. Like, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. I'd say maybe he, like, looks up to, like, look at his drink to see if he, like, got drugged or something.
I'm gonna kind of, like, pick up his drink, actually, and, like, sniff it. What does it smell like, Trevor?
It's pretty strong alcohol of some kind. It smells, like, earthy and metallic, I guess.
This no water? What is this?
kill
I just
corn.
realized you kind of like the Little Mermaid.
Shit, it's copyrighted. We can't do that.
Copyright.
Alright, look, man. I'll tell my guy to back off if you give us the rest of your coin.
But
Make a
coin.
persuasion. Roll persuasion for me.
Alright.
That's a fairly good offer. I'll give you, since Busto's pretty freaking scary and he's already been stabbed, and go ahead and have advantage. That's fine.
Alright.
Not much better.
9 minus 2.
Oh, okay. He like actually like puts his hands up. What? No.
Can I do
Can
intimidation?
I walk back into the front door?
Then I can do it again.
Yeah, wait, we gotta resolve the Nick following Cal thing first, because Cal's gonna have the timer going.
No, I'll be done.
Okay, you're like waiting outside for
I probably won't even know what happened.
Yeah, so Cal, you kinda
I'm just gonna
come
walk
to
back in.
back
but I have no idea.
outside of the hoop bear, and you're like, how did I get out here? So you walk back in, and this big dragon born actually like stops you as you're trying to get in.
What I
Excuse
noticed
me,
was-
but this is where I'm spending the night.
No, he's back upstairs. And he says, no, this is where you were spending the night.
I don't understand why you said that in the past tense. I'm just trying to, kind of get inside here.
He actually takes a fist and puts it in the center of your chest and pushes you back out the door and says, we don't do fights here.
I'm there. Right?
Yes.
I'm there. I'm gonna grab Cal's hand. I'm gonna take him a little ways away from the building.
Okay.
What did I do?
Sort of like the same thing that you normally do when the thing flips and you go fucking crazy. Okay, number one, went to play cards with a guy. Number two,
Yeah. Did I win?
you stabbed him through the hand and broke his nose.
Oh, well, that's not what I expected to hear. I understand why they're not letting me back in. Is there any other place around here that we can
We can look for one, but I feel like
get our money back?
we need to stop doing this. Like if you see something that's gonna make you angry, maybe don't go do it.
How was I know that was gonna make me angry?
Because people cheat at gambling.
Yeah, I think that he was an old man, right? He cheated.
He cheated.
I guess I knew that part a little bit. I didn't think that would happen. We'll find another place.
Yeah, wait outside. I'm gonna go get the guys. We're dropping this con on them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
I'm gonna go back in.
Alright.
Can I intimidate him with advantage if I show him the skull?
How are you going about that? I'm okay, but you have to tell me exactly what you're doing.
I guess how far away is where we were sitting?
That's probably a good 15 feet away.
I go over, grab the skull, and then march back and just shove it in his face.
Okay. You say anything, and you just go,
And then
look at my cool skull!
Yeah, I want your gold.
Is this
I'll roll intimidation.
is
Sure.
this the
Is that me where he's looking at the butterfly?
Yeah.
Is this?
Damn it!
What'd you roll?
6! I can't roll anything above a 10!
I would say the fact that you bring over this skull, and it's kind of big, so you have to two-handed hold it in front of him. He kind of giggles a little. Where'd you get that, bud?
are there many like you?
He says, I'm part of a guild, so yeah.
See, it's a guild of farmers. Get his gold and let's get out of here.
I have no need for
I do.
At this part, the server actually comes up to you guys. He's like, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave too soon.
1 second.
and I'm just gonna kind of turn around. What I do?
Oh, he's so distracted.
And just says, I can't. You guys are making a scene. I can't have you.
We are. How do I not make a scene?
He just goes. Just go out.
What is a scene?
And right around now, Nick shows up.
Guys, come on, we're going.
Come on, it's a lost cause anyway. Let's go.
Yeah, we're going.
Busto.
I I grab whatever fabric is hanging off your outfit, pull you towards the door.
Oh, grab your dragon.
You realize pulling me is.
I know. It's more of a.
Like a tug.
Well, because you're not listening to my words, I'm trying to show you.
Okay.
Grab your dragon.
And I'm gonna kind of look around and be Wolfie.
Wolf's right there with you.
Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of like grab him, like one armed, and I'm just gonna kiss his head.
Aww.
And I'm gonna go. You no more kill plant.
Okay, best over
And
go.
I'm going to
Go.
kind of
Go.
look over at the server and spring water.
He's still kind of he's got like Nick's ale in your water. He, like somebody just goes.
Ryan,
I'm just gonna
grab my
take it
beer.
and just
I grab Nick's beer, by
just
the way.
drink the entire thing.
Doesn't taste great. It's a bit metallic and kind of gross.
Thanks.
Asshole.
This
We're leaving.
definitely has deer piss in it. And I'm gonna walk off.
Okay. So
I drank
now,
Nick's beer.
They never paid because they got so distracted.
I guess that's true. Win-win.
I would have paid with that guy's gold.
So, then, like, Orion has the cup, unless you just, like, toss it back into the inn.
Sure. I don't have any room in my backpack.
Rancid meat.
Okay. So, yeah, after a really shockingly brief return to the inn, you guys are standing out on the street again. It's getting evening. The sun's starting to go down now. What is your plan
Are
now?
there any more inns in this
There's a couple.
awful town?
Can we just go find another one?
Yeah, let's find another.
You could,
Or is word
you're
spread
probably only gonna
around?
be able to stay there until someone goes like, hey, you have the crazy murder demon?
Did they ever get their stuff from that was in their room?
Yeah, that Dragonborn came back in like a minute and just chucked all of your bags out onto the road.
Want to go back to my swamp? It's not super far. I don't think it's not super far. It's a day or two.
Yeah.
It's not super far.
I think we'll go where the journey takes us next. For now, we should stay here.
Well, I think the journey is going to take us back to our swamp. My swamp.
We'll see. For now, we're spending the night here.
It's not safe to travel by dark,
Never safe. It's not safe.
especially with the undead.
Oh, trust me, I am a master in this.
Well, I remember many moons ago. Fun tale. Adrian third. I simply remember a strange occurrence in this beautiful wood. And I had something jump off a big tree. And it caused the issue. I now never travel by night.
Nice story.
The moral of the story is that he just doesn't treasure.
I really like that you presented it as like a moral lesson.
Can,
It doesn't really give the idea that it's supposed to be a lesson. It's just like a story's like, and so the moral is, I don't like rocks very much. It's like,
The thing is, I actually know the backstory. It's hilarious. So
Okay.
that's how I would describe it.
Can
Is
I?
there any like signs for it?
Yeah.
let me see if there's anyone close to where you are. Yeah, actually, at the one labeled 6, a little ways down the street, there's an inn called the Sleeping Dragon.
Oh yeah, nice.
And this one's actually in like middle of a residential area, so there's a bunch of like just people's houses.
Nick, you can do the talking.
Yeah.
Before we go in, I might have to roll perception. If it's okay. Can I see anything like what might be like, not like an alley, but maybe an alley, like or a small
There's
place
plenty of,
under a house that like would be secluded, dark and secluded?
you're actually pretty close to an area where there's some trees growing in between the houses. You could head over to there.
I want to go there.
Okay.
That's where I'm gonna camp.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it inside.
Yeah, so you head up right up against the wall, basically. So Orion kind of wanders off into the dark and just goes behind a tree somewhere. Do you guys like ask him what he's doing? Just
Not come with us.
No, I'll catch up in the morning.
Okay, see you then. Fair enough.
okay. So you guys walk up to the Sleeping Dragon Inn, and it's actually like
Do no run.
I know run.
No run.
I won't run.
The Sleeping Dragon isn't like a building made to be an inn. It's pretty clearly just someone's house who had extra
It's
room.
bed and breakfast.
Airbnb.
Yeah, it's a lot like a bed and breakfast. And so you walk in, and there's a couple. There's like a couple, like maybe like 50s or 60s, but they're dwarven, so they're probably like 300. But they're back behind the counter. And when you walk in, they go, "Hello to you.
Hi.
Good to meet you. Are you looking for a room for tonight?"
Yeah.
And they go, "We've got a couple places. Do you carry gold on you?"
Yes, but not a lot. You know, times are hard, and travelers, we just don't make a lot of gold.
Hey, go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
Oh my god.
Take advantage too. That was good.
That was so cute.
Yeah.
Wait, advantage or disadvantage? Because she's still
Advantage.
dirty.
That adds to it, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it
She's trying to
does. The
convince
way
you
that she's
score.
lying,
Was
you're
this
right. It does.
persuasion?
Yep.
Yeah. 12?
12.
Can I help her out?
How?
Oh, I'm so sorry. We just got robbed outside. We're really trying to make our way through this town, but we can't find a way to. We have our friend here. He's obviously just as beat up as us, and he's not most intelligent. He kind of got us into the whole thing in that alley over there. We don't want to get through this. You see this blood, and I'm like, where I stand
That
up
guy's
at the hand. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is from out there. We really just need a place to stay for the night.
Make it
None of that
Advantage
happened.
because he has the blood.
I'm so good at this.
advantage because he has the blood.
It has
but
to be.
None of
But
that happened.
not. I would have given him advantage because he has the blood. Disadvantage because Busto just said none of that happened. So just roll regularly.
$17.
17.
That was pretty
Okay. So they kind of look at you for a second and give you a bit of a weird look, and then they're like,
It did happen. I'm very sorry. He's really out of it right now. It scared him a lot.
This place scares me.
"Okay." And they go, I suppose we have a room you can shake if you just need to stay somewhere. If you
They
just
look
need a,
wealthy. Because it's their house they're using, right? So obviously not that one.
yeah, not like affluent, but they're not poor. And they go, if you don't need like all the furnishings, if you just need a place to rest your head, we got a couple cheaper rooms you can use, and we'll maybe knock off a little, just because you have to go through so many horrible things in the city. If you have, for the three of you, maybe 10 gold a night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll give it to him.
Okay. So you pull out 10 gold, probably some of that from the poker game, and you slide it right across this counter towards them, and they rummage around for a second, then pull out a key, and they reach over and hand it to you. And they go, point out from behind the desk, and like, right down the hall there to the left. So you guys walk back. It's a pretty small room. It's got a window out into the street, though. And it's got it doesn't really have proper beds, just 3 bedrolls, and a bunch of blankets and some fairly nice pillows stuffed with like straw, but a nice fabric. And so you, after this long day, retire for bed in Sleeping Dragon. And unless you want to say anything else, I think that's where we'll...
Can we see him?
No, he's a little ways away from you. He's down in, like, the wooded area behind the alley.
Oh.
I wanna, ask them. Do you wanna know a secret?
Yeah.
Secrets?
Secret?
My name is Nick.
Nick. Nice to meet you, Nick.
Yeah. Shake. Take my hand.
Just breaks their hand.
He's like
too-
shake his
he's too
finger.
gentle.
It's like it's like a finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Of
Eat
course.
three.
He is very gentle.
It's like
though.
Thanos and Gamora on that one.
Yes,
Yeah, kind of.
like Lenny.
Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do before we retire for tonight is Orion.
Level up.
No,
You get so much XP.
Orion. Because you are outside, you were kind of waiting around, maybe not getting to sleep right away. When you hear some like muttered argument from the street, and peeking out, you see that elven woman from before in the white and
The one that was already
robe.
arguing before.
Yes, with a couple other figures dressed in the same white cloaks, and they're standing outside the sleeping dragon, and they're arguing amongst themselves, and some of them are pointing, and one of them kind of throws their hands up and storms off, and then the three of them just sort of like look around the place, kind of look around the sides. You can see they're going like window to window, and then finally they come to a window low to the ground, and they peek in, and then one of them like gestures the others over, and they point for a second, and then they reach down and slip something next to the window and walk off into the night. And that is where we will pick up next time.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.